Crystal, what's up? Another one. Oh, no. All right, one sec, guys. Be right back. Thanks for knocking out that live goal, guys. Let's do it again. Help tapping that screen. Appreciate you guys. Push this thing out. If you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. Let's have a conversation. Ricky, you're not playing tonight? Hmm? We'll do one more. Let's do one more Gin Blossoms. Bryan Adams he's all right. I wouldn't say I'm a fan. He's okay. Hey, Neely. Mike, you're a bad troll. If you're not here for my snark, you are in the wrong place. That's for sure. Welcome to our friends over on the tube. Welcome in. Welcome in. Glad you guys are here. Yes, Bro Tokoto, this D-bag again. Yes, absolutely. I hear a lot. You're welcome. Hey, Bleh. How are you, friend? Good to see you. Guys, how about with this live goal? Let's knock this one out again. Keep tapping that screen. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Newfie, I'm not going to sing it because the odds are pretty high that there's going to be a bit of a there's going to be a delay because you're getting my computer audio and then I've got the mic, so I don't want to sing it at the same time. Also, if I sing, the people over on the tube are only going to hear me sing and not get the music, so we don't want any of that shit. I appreciate it though, friend. Thank you for. I mean, sorry. Oh, Scarface. Nice of you to say. I do absolutely know ball with music. Also, my politics are fucking awesome. I'm sorry that your politics suck, and that also all of your favorite musicians hate you. It sucks. Oh my God, Olive. Yikes. Once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, I'd like you to hop up in the box. Let's have a conversation. Appreciate you. Nemo's on his way over. He'll be here in just a bit. And we will get things rolling. All of your favorite musicians hate you needs to be a t-shirt. Yeah, that actually would be a good t-shirt. That's a good one. Yeah, good shit. You know what's funny that so I watched the new Muppet Show with my daughter today, and although I still have a hard time with the I still have a hard time. Hello, neighbor. Hey, friend. Although I still have a hard time with the voices because they're not the same as when I was a kid. I thought it was well done. I thought it was really good. But it sent me down a little bit of a rabbit hole because I was like, hey, you know what would be really great? Would be if I could get a Kermit teacup like the one that he uses in the Muppet Show. Yeah, you guys, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. A Kermit teacup. I was like, I went down a little internet rabbit hole. I'll show you if you're not familiar what I'm talking about. It's the cup that Kermit has in front of him in every single episode, basically of the Muppet Show. It is this cup right here. Allow me to show you. Of course, I have to re-add Safari. God damn it. Okay, hold on. Here we go. There we go. Just shrink that down. All right, so it is this cup right here, and it says Kermit on it. There you go. So you can see that there. It says Kermit on it. I went down like a rabbit hole and I was like, oh, I'm sure that like you can find this somewhere or somebody makes this. No. This is like not a thing. Like nobody makes this. It is not a thing. Yes, and it was also in the new episode of The Muppet Show. That was what made me think. I was like, oh, that would be a fun, cool thing to have. And no. I did a lot of searching for it. Other than like maybe getting somebody to make it custom for you. Yeah, it's not a thing. So, yeah. Anyways, I just thought that was kind of funny. I was like, wow. I guess there's maybe not a demand for such a niche Muppets item. But, Mia, I have a 3D printer. But I want a real coffee cup, like one that I can actually use. Like I would use it right now. Like that would be like I would very much like to have that and use it in front of you guys. Because I think it would be cool. But yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, ceramic or anything, yeah. Maybe now, if they pick up the new Muppet Show, maybe that'll be a thing. You could probably do it, like have it be a working cup, but I don't know, like hot liquid. I don't know. I think you can do food safe stuff. I don't know. Anyways, I'm sure one of you guys is gonna find it. I bet one of you guys will find it for me. You'll be like, "Look, I found it. Here you go. Here's where you can buy it." Because you guys are, you guys are fucking crafty and resourceful. So. All right, let's see here. Once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. Let's have a conversation. Would be great to have a chat. Darlene says, how old is your daughter? My daughter is 9.5. 9.5. Now, let's see here. All right. In translation, he wants y'all to do that. Mia, I looked for like 30 minutes today. I was just saying I couldn't find it. That's all. I don't want you to do the work. I don't want anyone to pop it in the Discord. I that's all. If somebody found it, I couldn't find it. I'm not. Jeez. Oh, see, yeah, there it is. Yeah, a custom one. Oh, $75? Yikes. Yeah, see, that's custom. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, good job. Good job, friend. You did find it. Thank you. Thank you. Azron over on the Discord. See, if I was actually going to put coffee in it, I'd have to get the 10 ounce because mine makes 8 ounces of coffee. So I'd have to get the 10 ounce. So there. So great job. But yikes, $75 because it's custom. I mean, it's custom. It's custom work. I get it, but yeah, I don't know. Can't do that. So, I'll ask for it for like my birthday or something in July. That'll be fine. I'll ask my girlfriend. I'll be like, hey, do that. All right. Once again, guys, if you vote for Donald Trump, hop in the box. Let's have a conversation. Erica, hello, Erica. I saw you guys yelling. I saw you. Conversing with PG earlier. That was great. Long legs. No, I will not be here on Wednesday night. It's funny you ask specifically about Wednesday. I've said it now a couple of times. Wednesday I will be off Wednesday night, but I gave you guys Saturday and Sunday, so you guys got a lot of extra work there. Okay, so I won't be on Wednesday night, but Erica will be on Wednesday night. But why, you ask, Erica? Because it's my girlfriend's birthday and we're going to the Celtics game together. So that's why. So we're going to have a good time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. So, hey, right? Yeah, we're going to have a good time. And maybe if I'm around after that, I'll hop up with somebody and say hello. So, I did, Darlene. I didn't see it on eBay. So yeah, go C's. It's should be a fun time. I saw Eric on Brian's live earlier, and he's like, oh yeah, I'll come by Matt's live. Sure he will. Bullshit. Number one, no fucking way he's gonna come by my live. Number two, even if he does, he was supposed to have come by on Friday. That was the bet. So, Eric owes me $1,000. So don't forget, if you see him, make sure that you remind him. So that's the one and only, or Team Trump. It's one of those. Those are his usernames. Yeah. Thank you, Gracie. I saw you reminding him in there. So thank you. Appreciate you. All right. Hallie, I run a business. I run my own business. No way, Crystal. Really? That's fucking cool. That's really neat. That's fun. That's fun, friend. I like that. Neato. That's probably why we get along. How about that? Very cool. Yeah, dog walking. Yes, exactly. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Christian, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I sure did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
21, and I voted for Minnesota.
Okay. You've got some sort of weird, like, echo going on there. I don't know what that is.
Hold on. Let me put earbuds in. There.
You still with us?
Trying to fucking fix my AirPods. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Ah, shit. They got charged. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it's still giving that weird echo back.
Well, let me check here. That work?
Whatever is happening, I'm getting my voice back a little bit in the background, but I don't know. All right, it's not terrible. I'll just deal with it for a minute. So, how old are you and what state did you vote in again? Could you repeat for me, just so I remember?
21, and I'm from Minnesota.
21, Minnesota. Thank you. Okay, so do you want to discuss one of the subjects above or something else that Donald Trump is doing right now?
I mean, I would say Greenland is extremely America first because the natural resources that they have would benefit the United States.
What natural resources?
The rare earth minerals they have for developing microchips, all kinds of stuff that China has.
Oh, that's really cool. So can we just take over them?
Yes, we can. We have the most powerful military on the planet. Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, we can.
So, and if that destroys our relationship with NATO, what then?
Good. Fuck NATO.
Really? Fuck NATO, huh?
Fuck NATO. Join Russia and China, Russia, India, Japan.
Oh my god, dude! Are you this fucking stupid?
They're all starting a
You're
thing. It's
so
called the
fucking
Core
stupid.
5.
I can't
Look
even
up
have
the
a real
Core 5.
dude. I can't even have a
Look
real
up the Core
conversation
5.
with you.
Just tell me you're a weak
dude. I can't even have a real conversation. You don't even understand geopolitics. You don't understand how the military works. You are really this fucking stupid.
You are aware there is a new alliance in the works already,
dude.
Between Russia, Japan.
Okay. Let me ask you something.
India.
Is Russia a militarily powerful country? Yes or no?
Yes.
You are so fucking stupid. This is why we can't have conversations with fucking children. You are so fucking stupid. This is why.
Yeah, did I not say China's in there
you
too?
do. No, I asked you if Russia was a militarily strong country, and you said yes. This is why you're stupid. You do realize that on the battlefield in Ukraine, they're literally trotting out...
because they had U.S. weapons.
They're literally trotting out shit from the 70s. Russia has nothing. What they need Russia literally needs us to broker a deal with Ukraine so that they can stop fighting and then basically lift the sanctions on them so that they can recover economically
Or we could just say fuck
and
Ukraine and
rebuild.
Russia.
I'm
and
in the
Russia.
middle of a fucking sentence. Don't interrupt me, kid. What we need is Russia, okay? Excuse me, what Russia needs is for us to drop the sanctions so that they can rebuild their military from an economic perspective because they need the money. If they don't have that, they'll never rebuild militarily. Their military sucks. The only thing that Russia has is they have nukes, and the quality of their nukes and the viability of their nukes and the system to launch their nukes is in question because we have zero idea what the condition of it is since the Cold War. So basically, we don't even know what that is. They have nothing. Like, their military equipment on the battlefield in Ukraine has been verified to be shit that is like 40 to 50 years old. Like, their soldiers have shit equipment. We don't want to ally ourselves with Russia. That is so fucking stupid. I can't believe that people like you are this dumb.
Did you not hear me say China was part of that alliance too?
I asked
don't
you
think
about
China would help us?
Russia, and if you want to get involved with China, I thought you didn't like communists. I thought you didn't like China.
Well, China's not actually communist.
Oh,
more
they're
of a
not actually
socialist.
communists? Really?
They're more of a national socialist than they would be communist. I would
great.
say they're more
okay,
in
cool.
line.
So we're cool with China. Then why are we trying to fuck China over if we're going to ally with them?
I don't understand why either. I think that we should have better relations.
Then
with
maybe
China.
what you should do is you should talk to the guy who's trying to fuck China over if you want to have an alliance with them. You are so fucking dumb.
Yes, you want to know why he's
You
doing
literally,
that? Because we're
dude,
part
you
of NATO.
literally are talking out of both sides of your mouth right now. If we were trying to get close to China, why are we fucking them over in all of our trade deals?
Because we're a part of
also
NATO.
what
for
we're
some
doing
reason.
also what we're doing is we're driving all of Europe closer to China while we're driving a wedge between us and China. If what you're saying is true and there's an alliance in the works, this would be the dumbest way to go about doing it. Kid, you should really just go back to fucking school and stop talking about politics on the internet, you moron.
Look up the Core 5.
Dude,
It's a real
I
thing.
need you, yeah, whatever. I need you to listen to what you're saying. I want you to explain to me. I want you to explain to me right now and explain to all 500-ish people here and a couple hundred over on the tube. Explain to everybody right now how it makes sense what we're doing economically to China right now, driving a wedge between us and them, driving them closer to Europe and the rest of the world. Explain how that is going to help us form a military alliance with them. Do tell.
It's not a military alliance. It's more of a
You
new
literally just
world
said
order.
that we're forming a military alliance with
No,
them. What
no,
the
it's a-
fuck
it's a
is
new
wrong with
world
you?
order.
Holy shit, dude. I can't
It's a
with
new
you.
world
You
order.
literally just said we're going to form a military alliance with them
Hey.
because we're going to get out of NATO.
Calm down, old man.
I am not going to have a fucking conversation with you if you tone police me. I'll just drop you because you're too fucking stupid to have this conversation, kid. I'm not. So anyways, you literally just said it doesn't matter if we're in NATO because we'll ally ourselves with China and Russia. That would be a military alliance, you dipshit. So, if
Yes,
we're going to
mili-
have a military alliance, why are we driving a wedge between us and China? We should literally be doing things like dropping all of our tariffs and building bridges with them and making fucking deals, you fucking idiot. What you're
Yeah,
saying
excuse the
doesn't
part
make
you're not-
any sense.
If you let me speak, I'd actually-
Get it out. Spit it out, Junior.
You are aware
You
that
literally
this new
are
world-
the
this
fucking
new world-
dumbest
Hey,
kid that I have talked to ever.
Stop chimping out. Shut the fuck up.
What was that? I couldn't hear you over the
Stop
bullshit.
chimping out.
What?
Shut the
Stop
fuck-
what? I couldn't hear you. Anyways, if you're going to do this, why don't you come next time with some actual fucking facts? I would recommend that you go study for whatever fucking final you have coming up soon. Oh, wait, you're probably not in college because you didn't make it, right?
That's a pyramid.
What?
That shit's a pyramid scheme. Fuck that shit.
Oh, okay, cool. So what do you do for work?
I install Windows for a living. I make pretty good fucking money.
You install Windows for a living? That's fine. That's decent work. Why don't you go to fucking sleep and rest up so you can go install some fucking Windows in the morning? You should stick to that instead of trying to talk about geopolitics because you're stupid and you don't know anything about it.
How am I stupid if I want
Because
a
you
new world
literally
order?
just talked about.
You are aware that
you
those countries
literally
would team up.
because you literally just said two things that don't make any fucking sense. You fucking moron.
We would get our own hemisphere. So would Russia and China.
Dude, listen to what I am saying. You're not listening to me. So why don't you stop for a fucking second and listen to the words
You'd
coming.
listen to what I'm.
No. Shut the fuck up and listen.
Look up the-
Just shut the fuck up, kid. Just shut the fuck up. I'm not going to let you talk until you listen to the words coming out of my mouth.
No, you shut the fuck.
Oh, you. No, you. No, you. Shut up, kid. Okay?
Old man, shut the.
Yeah, whatever. Okay? I shut your mom up last night with my cock. Now listen. Now listen, kiddo.
Your inverted penis.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, listen. Here's the deal. If what you were saying is true... Oh, you ran away. God. These fucking kids, I swear to God. Oh, wait. No, he's back. There. Hold on. Now, if what you were saying is true, what would happen is we would be trying to form an alliance with these. I don't care what you have on the screen. I don't care about your bullshit conspiracy theories. I need you to listen to what I am saying. Oh my God, dude. Okay, I'm not. I'm. You know
It's
what?
not a conspiracy
Yeah.
theory,
Okay.
you
All right,
retard.
kid. Okay, that's it. Now you slurred because you want to get kicked because this is the dumbest thing that I've ever heard. If you're going to make the argument that we're forming an alliance with China and Russia, we wouldn't be doing everything possible to distance ourselves from China. We are literally doing our very fucking best to antagonize China. Holy fucking shit. I understand that you're saying that you want this to happen. Fine, I guess. It's still stupid, but fucking fine, kid. Jesus Christ. Oh, thank you, Triple. That's very nice. Fine, dude. But in reality, it's not happening because we're not doing the things that would indicate that that would be the direction we're moving in. Oh, Erica, I'm sorry. I just saw what you said. No need, friend. It happened. It happened without you. But thank you. Nemo's here. Good times. What a great way to start out the night. There we go. Let's see what else we got here. Cassie, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Absolutely the fuck not.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. We appreciate you. We're just trying to talk to Trump supporters, but we appreciate you, friend, okay?
I was just going to say thank you for being live, and I appreciate what you're doing. I've seen a lot of your lives. That's all I want to say.
That's very kind, friend. I really appreciate you. Appreciate you being here and everyone else, okay? I hope you have a great night.
Thank you.
All right, take care. W, Cassie. Appreciate you, friend. Thank you. Can we make elective lobotomies a thing? I mean... I guess. Yes. Thank you to the Antoni on the green app. I did see the mug. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Thank you all very, very much for helping to find me the mug. Very, very kind of you. Thank you. All right. Let's see. I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't think this is a op, but we'll check. Nelly, did you vote for Donald Trump? Nope. Okay. Zarilla says, watching you is wasting time. Well, okay. Cool. Oh, that's...
nice.
Oh.
Thank you, Taylor.
Guys, I want to make it clear. There's no chance that Eric is coming over here. No chance. I know he said that in Brian's live, but there's no chance he's going to come over here because he's going to have to eat crow and admit that he lost the bet. I know he's over Amanda's live. There's no chance he's coming here. No fucking chance. Yeah. Someone asked if I'm married. No. But I'm very very happy with my girlfriend. But thank you very much for asking. So thank you. I mean, I'm assuming that's why you were asking. Maybe you're just asking because you wanna creep on me. That's also fine too, I guess. Kind of weird. Cirilla says she's not happy. Man, that's really weird. I wonder why she's staying with me and like going on vacations with me and doing shit. That's weird. Huh. Damn.
You realize I don't even go on vacations with people that I am happy with. You think I'm gonna go on a vacation with someone I'm not happy with?
Right. And Nemo, here's the kicker. Here's the fucking kicker, bro. Not only that, but if she's not happy with me, she makes more money than I do. So like, if she's not happy with me, like, goddamn, right? That's fucking A. Like, all right, man. She must like that's some wicked self-hatred right there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Arctic Fox, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 22 and I voted in Michigan.
Okay. Would you like to discuss one of the topics that we have above or something else that Donald Trump is doing right now?
I just believe, I mean, I'm just based off the picture that you have up there. I believe our entire government is controlled by these people. I don't think it's just the Republican side. I don't understand why we're hyper-fixating on Trump and Epstein when he has ties with, like, everyone, to be honest with you.
Well, number one, he certainly has Trump ties with a lot of people. That's for sure. And I think I can certainly speak for Nemo because we've talked about this about a billion times now, that we think that anyone who's involved, that's cute. We think that anyone who's involved should be in that particular way should be prosecuted. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter who they are, but we would like to see them be prosecuted. But the reason that people are focusing on Donald Trump is twofold. Number one is he's mentioned, Jesus Christ, Nemo, what's the count up to now? I think it was like 30,000.
I don't even know. It's thousands.
I think it was
literally
like,
thousands.
Yeah, I think it was like 30,000 times. And I understand that people are like wild about the Clintons, and like I'm like, yeah, fuck them if they're involved in any way. And Bill, fuck him if he's involved in any way. But he's not even mentioned as many times as Donnie is. That's number one. But number two, Donald Trump is the president of the United States, man. And like, I like, Bill Clinton was president of the United States 25 years ago. And although he is still an important person, he is not the president of the United States now. He is nowhere near as important as Donald Trump is, right? Like, he is literally one of the most important people in the entire world, if not the most important in the entire world. He's the president of the United States. So why would you not focus on him centrally when he is literally the most important person in the entire world?
I believe that pretty much everybody that gets placed in the position, for one, everyone's saying Kamala is not in the files. I don't know
Hey,
if that's
but
true or
I don't
not.
want you to. I'm not that. I didn't ask you anything about that. I asked you a very direct question. I said, why wouldn't you focus on the most important person in the world when they are literally mentioned the most times in the files? Mention the most times
I
in the
believe
files.
mentioning the
I know,
most
no, I
times
don't care.
is just untrue.
But it is true.
Being
I mean,
mentioned the
like
most
this
times
is
is just. I mean, don't get me wrong; they're covering tons of shit up for him. I completely agree with that. But he was not mentioned the most times. There's the most.
Yes, he is.
The people that were
He's the
mentioned
mentioned the most times in terms of people of like interest. He's mentioned the most times, 38,000 times. Yes. You didn't know that? And also, he's the president of the United fucking. Oh, he left. Okay.
Damn.
I'm sorry, Nima. I'll let you talk to somebody. Sorry.
Was that the same person from before?
No, he was a little different.
It took me a solid 30 seconds of listening to that first person before I realized that they were male. Because I really thought that you were talking to like just I mean, just based on the voice, a middle-aged woman. That's what I was thinking. And then based on context clues, I finally figured it out.
Yeah. All right, he's back. Okay.
So you have nothing to say but call
Does
me
that-
a fucking female because I'm sick?
Dude, he was talking about the guest before you,
Okay.
not you. Calm down, dude.
Listen, I'm not up here to talk for very long. I'm just saying that our country is controlled.
Dude, you can
people get placed into positions of power.
you can do whatever you want, and what we're not going to do is I'm not going to give you a platform up here to go our country and all the people and what about no. What's happening right now is the Trump administration is orchestrating one of the largest cover-ups in American history, and if you voted for him, you literally voted for a guy who helped cover it up and is the main ringleader of the whole fucking thing, dude. Just fucking admit it.
By the
Just
exact
no,
same
he's
people as
not.
any
No, he's
Democratic
not.
candidate.
No, he's not. Stop lying to yourself. You are literally, you guys are the people who are like, the deep state is coming, the deep state, the deep state. You voted for the fucking deep state. The deep state are those people. It's Peter Thiel and Steve Bannon and fucking Jeff and all those people are the fucking deep state, and you handed the keys to our government to them, you fucking idiot.
Kill yourself.
Yep, that's what I thought. Get fucked.
Somehow you were the fastest sperm. By the way, just to clarify, seeing as it got under your skin, I was talking about the person before you, but then I also thought that you were that same person. So you do low-key sound like a middle-aged woman.
I knew that was coming.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody's they just place people in the White House, and it's something that the I country, they control everything. Soros, APAC.
Deep state. Deep state. Whatever happened to QAnon, man? Whatever happened to that? Oh, that's right. Nothing. Because it was all just a fucking ruse. Created for idiots like you to believe because you're so fucking gullible. That's right.
Arctic, you said Jews? No, it's juice. You need TRT, sir. Juice. Juice. Okay. Steroids, that will help your voice. Okay. It will help.
it is it's gender affirming therapy, bud. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay to admit that you need that. It's all right. I understand that there's a lot of jealousy here, and natural baritone voices like these, they don't just always happen, and you've got to, you got to do something about it, Chief. It's okay. Mm. Thank you, Mia. Mia sent me a message on Discord. She said not to do what that last guest said because she's not done bullying me yet. Thank you, Mia. I appreciate that. So it's kind of you. Oh, Magus Slayer
Pull
has
up
a
the billboard in New York.
what billboard in New York? Magus Slayer has a better voice, to be honest. Okay, if you say so. Billboard in New York. Guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. We've got 830 people in here over on TikToks. We got 200 people in over on the Tube. Appreciate all of you fine folks for being here. Please make sure that you dropped us a subscribe over on the Tube. Also, make sure that you've subscribed to Nemo. Down there in the description, you'll find his link as well. Over here on the TikToks, make sure that you're following me and my backup account. You're following Nemo and all of his many multiple backup accounts. Make sure that you are on Nemo's Discord, which you can find a link to that in both his bio and mine. And then find me in Ari's Discord, which you can find a link to in my bio as well. We appreciate it. Lastly, if you'd like to offer support to us, additional support, aside from the gifts, which we appreciate you guys very much, you can find those blue and green and the PP thing, and we can find all of those apps links in our bio as well. And we're very appreciative of you guys. Mama Phoenix, what happened to the guy I made a $1,000 bet with? He never showed. Does not have the shit, and is 100% welching on the bet, just like every single other one of those MAGA chuds that we talked to who makes a bet with either of us. And he said he's gonna come in the live tonight. Sure he will.
Jadama, you asked if I only own 2 shirts. I own more than 2 shirts. However, I only own 2 colors, essentially. I have like dark blue and black. I mean, I also have gray and dark red, but I just never wear them on stream. So I have like a shit ton of copies of the same shirt.
Is this the? Let's see. Is this the billboard here? Let's see if this is what you're talking about in New York. If you can't read it on your screen, it says on top. It says E on Donald Trump. Quote, of course he knew about the girls. And then it actually gives a source there, which is the U.S. Committee on Oversight and Government report. And then it quotes it actually quotes the emails there. Of course he knew about the girls. That dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Blank spent hours at my house with him. Yeah. So who did the billboard?
Nice.
It says paid for by. I think the website is ofthebrave.org. Ofthebrave.org. So, yeah. That's not the one. Okay, well that was the only one that came up when I searched it. I'll take another look. Could be wrong there. Let's see here.
Rook, I said caption on the right of the picture. There was a football themed
Football themed one? Okay. let's see.
billboard about Trump. All people in the files as football players.
Oh, it's not a bill. It's like a projection. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. Because I saw this here. I think I even have it on the TikToks here. Hold please.
Well, you asked, did I see Vance getting booed at the Olympics? Yes, I did. It was beautiful. It was wonderful.
Sorry. So unpredictable when it's going to come on with music or not. We don't need the music. You can just watch because it's not germane. But here you go. So right next to them, it says like their mentions. It says e-file leaders in the top. So the first one is Trump. And Musk. And Bill Gates. And Steve Bannon. Bill Clinton. And then there's a couple of cheerleaders there. Prince Andrew, Peter Thiel, Howard Lutnick. Well, former Prince Andrew. So, yeah.
Damn.
I know, right? Brutal. And they actually called it the PEDO Bowl. And I don't know if you could see what was in the middle of those two X's, but I'll let you use your imagination.
Fraudulent Prey said, I noticed the booing was muted a lot in the broadcast. I saw the one that I think it was I guess the English speaking Italian channel or like news broadcast thing. You know how you have like DW here, even though they're German, they speak English. Because like whenever I was watching it, I remember them saying, "Oh, there's some booing there," which again, it's just beautiful. I'm proud of the rest of Italy and whoever went to the Olympics in Italy to go there and really voice your opinion on our vice president. Also, country, they got booed to shit.
Well, so did you see the close up of his face?
No.
Our friend Will, thank you, Will, in the chat, sent this to me earlier, and I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this one for you. And by the way, trigger warning if you're afraid of eyeliner. Trigger warning for eyeliner. Just FYI. Once again, if you voted for Donald Trump and you'd like to talk to us, I want you. I will unmute for this one. I want you guys to watch these facial expressions and the complete and utter realization that this man is having that everybody fucking hates him. Sorry, it's obviously it's it's on a loop there, but I mean just the abject, it's just so, oh my god, this is just, I mean, guys, we all know that he was an emo kid, right? Like this was an emo kid. Like, emo kid grew up, but he just kept wearing the eyeliner. He's like, God, Mom, you don't understand me. God, Mom.
There's definitely some 2000s angsty emo new metal playing in his head right now. They're like Limp Bizkit, 3 Days Grace. Yeah. Pain without love, pain can't get enough. Like it's looping in his head right now.
I mean, it's 100%. He's just sitting there. He's just like, I like it better this way.
Yeah, I feel like
And, it's like, it's just so much that. Anyways.
if you take the video, you make it grayscale.
Yes. Oh my God, that's exactly what we need.
It's like a villain a villain origin story. Like that's the moment.
We need to make an edit. This video, it's crying. It is just crying for an edit like that. My God. But
Nobody
I felt
cared who I was until I put on the mask, while others flirted meaninglessly with a bunch of loose Stacys. I studied the blade.
oh my God, I can't. I sent this to another friend of mine, and I sent it with the Grinch, the gif of the Grinch when his heart grows. And I was like, that's me right now. It's like my heart grew 3 sizes today, just watching that. I enjoy watching people become self-aware, and I do feel like that was a real self-aware moment, because you could really see the gears just turning and turning and turning. I have to imagine too that this is all being fueled as well by marital strife, because all of these reports about things being bad at home are not good, and they've been seen fighting in public multiple times now too, just so you guys know. Like, this is not just like baseless claims. Like, he and Usha have been seen fighting in public. I think that she really is like, this is not what I signed up for. What the fuck?
Yeah. They're probably having a divorce discussion behind closed doors, and it's not going well because I mean, there probably wasn't a prenup, but I guarantee that Usha Vance is like, oh, you think that you're getting out of this without hurting after what you put me through? Think again, bitch.
Think again. I mean, after.
Isn't she a lawyer? Yes,
Yes.
she is. I think she went to Yale.
I mean, she did go to Yale. She's very fucking educated. She is presumably she's a very, very smart woman. And it just makes the whole thing that much more fucking head scratching. You just wonder if it was just a whole opportunistic thing and whatnot. Like, I always kind of wondered about to be honest with you, dude, I've always wondered about the Clintons. And I really do think that Bill and Hillary were like, they were like, we're a good team. Let's hitch our wagons together. We're a good team. And she had connections, and he, and he, especially at a time when women were not going to make it in office in the same way that they could now. Like, he had the charisma, he had that that it thing, the whole thing. Like, it really stands to read. He was a Rhodes Scholar. He had a certain thing going for him. And just like a Jimmy Carter type, prototype. And like, I really think that those two, that was like kind of their thing. I'm not saying that they like hated each other or anything, but I really think that they were just kind of like, we've got an arrangement here. It's also why I think that Hillary was never like super fucking mad about Bill's infidelity, and it was never like this big thing. And like, they didn't fucking split up after they left the White House, and they didn't like. It's just, they just are like, we're cool, like being together, but like, this is our arrangement, like, it's very much that thing. You get that vibe from them.
Yeah. So, hold on. Let me send you. Have you seen pictures of them when they were younger?
I mean, I've definitely seen. You know what's funny? I've definitely seen pictures of Hillary when she was younger. I don't know if I've seen a lot of pictures of Bill, except for the one like where he's in high school. I know like that. That pic. That one.
Yeah.
But let's see here. All right.
I'm pretty sure that this one is from when they were. It was okay. God. 72 Texas visit. What's the context of this?
Jesus.
Photo.
Look at these two.
I'm 99% sure they're both in like grad school at this point, because they look roughly grad school age. Wow. And I mean, Bill. Goddamn, you can smell the bong water in this photo, just like you can. Yeah,
he's a scruffy looking nerfer right there. I mean, Jesus,
yeah.
Look at that. I mean, okay, Bill.
Somehow he has like extra chin in this photo. Like, his chin got bigger. I don't even know how. Because it's like him and John Kerry have like maximum chin.
I think it's the beard, dude. I think it's like the beard is giving it, like the beard down here is like point. The beard's giving extra, but it's still though, like it really, I mean, he has chin. I mean, I'm saying it's obviously, but like and then he's got like the beard in this particular way that's like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie though. The fucking hair and the beard is kind of a vibe. It's kind of a vibe. I'm not gonna lie. I get it.
So, oh, here we go. Oh, here's a wedding photo. This one's sweet.
All right, this is a little more like what we know. There you go.
Yeah. So that's 3 years later. So Bill found a comb. Hillary found a curling iron. And they found love. But they were both lawyers. And I agree with what you're saying. I think that House of Cards, like the Underwoods, were modeled after the Clintons. So, and I mean, ironically, in more ways than one, but so just inside the story in House of Cards, Frank Underwood and Claire Underwood, it's basically Bill and Hillary Clinton. they're both lawyers, are both extremely intelligent, politically minded, but Hillary Clinton knew, especially in like the 70s, that it was basically impossible for women to get very far.
Yeah.
So Bill does the politics thing, becomes a governor, then becomes a president. She's a first lady. She's one of the first ladies that really takes that position by the horns and just is very active the whole time. And then at the end of his admin, like, you can tell that there was absolutely like political, like Machiavellian planning involved with it all. Where, so Bill ends in January 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Hillary Clinton becomes a senator, I think in that same year, in 2000, either 2000 or 2001. But yeah, like, she enters the Senate around that time.
Was it 2000? Was she? No, was that 2004? I feel like there was a couple of years in let me I feel like it was 2000. I'm gonna all right, was it 2004? Am I? No, it was 2000. You were right, dude. No, you were right. My bad. Wow.
Obama was
So weird.
Obama wasn't even 2004. Obama gave a speech at the DNC in 2004. That's when he first got like nationally visible. Then he won the Senate race in Illinois in 2006, took office in that Senate seat in 2007, and then ran for president a year later. But so Hillary Clinton becomes a senator right as Bill is leaving office. So she's like, I was a first lady when you were a governor. I was a first lady when you were the president. Now I'm the senator from motherfucking New York. Okay, thank you. And I'm gonna sit here, and we're gonna let Al Gore have his time, right? Because everybody fully expected Al Gore to take that shit. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So the plan was, Bill finishes up, I go into the Senate, Al Gore does 2 terms. Cool. By then, that means that I will have been a senator for 2 terms. And I'll be midway through my second term as a senator, so I'm safe. I run for president. I'm still safe just in case I lose, but I run for president. I win. Boom. There you go. That was the plan, right? And then it had to be delayed slightly. So, number one, Al Gore lost. That sucked. But hey, she's still a senator. George Bush is president. Fine, whatever. Fast forward 8 years. What is Hillary Clinton? Still a senator. And she runs for president. Now, my alternative timeline is, if Barack Obama decided to just chill out in the Senate, just hang out in the Senate for I guess that'd be like 2 terms. For that presidential election, don't enter. Hillary Clinton enters, right? Because if you look at the electoral map for the primary between Obama and Hillary Clinton, it was not a runaway situation.
No.
Like, I know a lot of people think back and they're like, "Oh yeah, Obama had that shit." No, he didn't.
No, he did not. Absolutely.
Like, by the end of it, he had a comfortable victory, but she had all the power states, all of them. She had California, Florida, New York. I think she had Texas, Ohio. I think, maybe not Ohio, but all the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not a done deal. It was pretty close. If she was the nominee, this is my alternative timeline. Hillary Clinton is the Democratic nominee in 2008. She kicks McCain's ass because that election McCain was going to lose either way. He was, because it was 8 years of George W. Bush being George W. Bush, and people were like, fuck this, voting for someone else. Hillary Clinton was absolutely going to destroy John McCain, just like Barack Obama did. So, okay, she wins, 8 years, run it. Fast forward to 2016, then Barack Obama enters. Because any presidential election that Barack Obama goes into, he wins.
Anyways. Leaf Eater, hi, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Sorry, I had to get myself off of pause. No, I didn't. I'm a friendly. I'll just take like 10 seconds. I just want to let you know that Power Broker book that you recommended.
Mhm.
That is awesome, dude.
Oh.
Man, that book.
Good.
I'm only 4 hours in, and I see like I'm now a fan of your book collections. So I would
you.
encourage anyone. Yeah, I would encourage anyone. I mean, yes, that is a good collection you got going there. And if you or Nemo have any other books, I would love to, because I'm reading them about 50% of the way through, and then I'm buying them as I get past that mark. But I love the book collection.
I've been wanting to and meaning to add more to the showcase. If you guys, like I said, if you guys want to like pick it up there and it's cheaper than the A app or whatever, and you want to, great, that's fine. But honestly, I'll just put them there and you guys can peruse. And I keep saying, whatever book it is, like, I don't care, go get it at the library or borrow it from a friend if they have it, or get it at a used bookstore for $2 or $3. I don't fucking care. But I'll keep trying to put more books there that I like, because that does make me really happy to hear, because I'm a weird history nerd, and I particularly enjoy learning about places that I live. And when I lived in New York City,
Right.
I wanted to learn all about New York City, and I read a ton of books about New York City. I read one book called 722 Miles, which was nothing but the entire history of the New York City subway. So I know far too much about that. But the Power Broker, I really do like. So I'm glad that you've enjoyed it so far. I think you will be shocked and appalled as you make your way through the book, and then you'll be amazed at what the people of New York did to come together to stop him from destroying the West Village. It is amazing what could have happened if he was left unchecked through the rest of the 60s. So you'll see what I mean. So
Cool, man. That's all I needed. I appreciate you.
anyways, thank you, Leaf Eater. I hope you have a good one. Okay, bud?
Yeah, you too. See
All
ya.
right, cheers. That's cool. Well, that makes
to Leaf Eater or anyone that wants book recommendations. One is On Tyranny, and I'm just putting it on screen so you can take a screenshot. So On Tyranny, Timothy Snyder. This like part right here, you don't have to remember that. As long as you type in on Tyranny and it's Timothy Snyder, it's that one. So that's one. Second one, People's History of the United States, Howard Zinn. Yeah. Well, either one of those, excellent.
100%. I also recommend both those books. Stand behind both of them as well. Have read both of them. I recommend People's History of the United States like every other night. It is also in my showcase. I think it's only like $16 or $17 or whatever. Like I said, if it's cheaper than Amazon, you want to get it there, great, go for it. But also, you can 100% get it at the library. You can get it on audiobook if you prefer it in that format. Just those are great books. On Tyranny is also excellent book. So go for it, do it. But that's cool. I'm glad. The last book somebody asked. The last book was The Power Broker, and it's by Robert Caro, Caro. Caro. People's history is very accurate, Jeff. So Howard Zinn is a professor at Boston University, and it is incredibly well researched. It is a very, very, very well researched book. I really I don't, I mean, Nemo, I don't know about you, but I've never heard anybody dispute the accuracy of that, the historical accuracy of the book. No. So yeah. No.
Yeah, no. The book is legit. Yeah. Also, obviously, Communist Manifesto. The fun thing about that one is, it's kind of on brand. It's public domain at this point, and you can literally get the entire thing for free online. Like, it's just available. You don't even have to buy a book version. Like, there are websites that not even like the pirate type websites. I'm talking about legit, just like communists made a web page that you can go to and read the Communist Manifesto for free because it's public domain. So it's always worth it. That is the easy one from Karl Marx. That's the easy one because it's like, I don't know, short and simple to read. Das Kapital is not the easy one. That one is the stupidly long one. The painfully, insanely long, dense, dry textbook. Like, it's not even a book. It's like, ugh.
It might as well be a fucking periodical or something. It's like, yeah. Somebody said that they just keep printing. I was looking to see if I could see how many editions of this. They don't say how many editions we're on with People's History, but it was first printed in 1980. If that gives you any, like, they're still printing it. Like, this one that I'm holding in my hand, the one that I'm holding in my hand was printed 10 years ago. So if it was printed 10 years ago, that's 35 years of reprinting this book. And I doubt that this was the last printing, but anyways, yeah. So I think it's okay. I think it's all right.
So, Plank Boy, I don't understand what this means. Invasion of Venezuela, not thing the United States does. I could interpret that multiple ways. So, if you could clarify, please. Danny, you had said that the majority of the J files are liberals, and I don't know about that one. That's a claim. That is a bold claim, and I'm pretty sure you're wrong, Danny.
There's Massey. So easy to look up Massey's statement. Let's see. Let's see. Representatives Ro Khanna and Thomas Massey are challenging the Justice Department for redacting the names of 6 men in the publicly released materials related to the to Jeff, and they could take matters in their own hands, release the identities. Something about, what we're after is the men who Jeff trafficked women to, said Massey, adding he would give DOJ officials the opportunity to, quote, correct their mistakes and reverse the redactions on their own before reading the names of the 6 men on the chamber floor or from a committee diet. Holy shit. Well, then. That's bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if that pays off. MoMA, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
20. I voted in Colorado.
Okay. Do you want to discuss one of the subjects that we have above or something else that Donald Trump is doing right now?
Yeah, sure. Let's discuss ICE. Why not?
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
I think ICE is a good thing for enforcing, immigration and customs, deporting people who are here illegally. Do you agree that people who are here illegally should be deported?
Define illegally.
They snuck into the country.
Define snuck in.
Um, they crossed the border like in a unauthorized fashion.
Were they an adult when they did it?
Um, so yeah, sure.
I mean, if they were an adult when they did it and they didn't avail themselves of any legal process after the fact, like claiming asylum later, then I mean, I guess. But honestly, like that's not really that important to me. So I'll put it this way: if I had $1 million of taxpayer money that I could put towards whatever in government, and my options were, I don't know, feeding kids or funding ICE, I would put all of that money towards feeding kids. Because with ICE, it's just like, what's the utility of us going into the interior of the country to waste time just going around neighborhoods, randomly asking people for their papers, and rounding up people who are not really a threat, like, at all?
Yeah, so the utility is the incentives and the deterrence, right? We want people to come into our country legally. We don't want them to sneak into the country, sneak over the border, climb over the wall, right? So if we set the precedent that, oh yeah, if you sneak into the country, you just get to stay. We're not going to deport you. There's no penalty. You can just, you just free reign, people are going to be more likely to sneak into the country because there's no penalty for it, right? The idea is that by having like a system where, if you sneak into the country, you don't get away with it, less people would want to sneak into the country.
I mean, there is a penalty for sneaking into the country, and I'm not talking about deportation. There is absolutely a penalty for somebody who sneaks into the country and it lives here as an undocumented immigrant. There are absolutely penalties for that. They can't avail themselves of any government programs at the federal level.
And what are the penalties other than deportation?
I just told you, they can't avail themselves of any programs at the federal level. They don't have access to like SSI disability or food stamps or SNAP or WIC unless their kid was born here. Or other things that I can't think of at the moment. typically things that require a social security number, they would not have access to.
Okay,
Now,
right, so
there
they don't.
could be state level equivalents. That's a totally different conversation. But at the federal level, they don't have access to that.
Okay, so they don't have access to welfare. I wouldn't say that's the penalty because they also didn't have access to welfare before they snuck into the country, right? So I'd say in terms of incentives, right? If the options are like remain in, South America where it's dangerous and, crime ridden and it sucks versus come to America but you don't have access to welfare, we're still incentivizing them to come to America because that's still a more preferable option. And I don't think we should be incentivizing people to sneak over the border.
I mean, I don't know. I think that the argument that you're incentivizing people, the incentive is that we're the most prosperous country on the planet, right? Like that incentive is going to be inherent. And as far as immigration into the country, like you say, yeah, well, they just need to do it legally. Have you ever gone outside the country?
Yes.
Where to?
I've been to Europe and Central America.
On vacation or
Yes.
okay. So as far as immigrating to this country, it is insane the amount of shit that you have to go through, the amount of time that it takes, the amount of money that it takes, and the requirements for it. So I know this because my ex, we were looking at basically trying to get her a green card prior to us getting married. And it was a labyrinth of fuck you. Like that's essentially what it was. That was the immigration system in the US. It was crazy. When we did get married, which, I think most people would say that's the easy way. That way, the easy way, still also extremely expensive for her to get a green card and for me to get the British version of a green card. Still really expensive. And that's the easy fast track way, right? So, I mean, I think that a better solution is instead of spending resources on increasing the size of ICE so they can go and do probes of every orifice throughout this country to find people who don't have the right papers to deport them. In the meantime, treading on the liberties of people who are here legally, who are citizens, or people who were not even, I guess, naturalized citizens, natural born citizens, treading on our civil liberties, and essentially turning this into a police state. Instead of doing that, how about we make immigration to this country easier?
Okay, it's not a dichotomy. We can do both. The tension is basically this, right? We want people to choose the legal option instead of the illegal option, right? So we need to make
Okay.
it so that the legal option is better than the illegal option. So we could either do that by making the legal option, easier or faster, or we could do that by making the illegal option, more risky or more dangerous or less effective, right? And Trump's choosing the latter. He's making it harder to immigrate here legally rather than, making it easier to immigrate here, legally. I think we should do both. But, also I think like we don't want it to be super easy to immigrate to America. We don't want, you know, millions of people pouring in from other countries every year because like that's generally not good for a country to be taking in huge amounts of foreigners because you need to maintain the culture that you have here.
Oh,
So
really?
you don't actually want people to come here.
No, I want people to come here, but I want them to come here in small numbers and then assimilate to our culture.
What
I
is
don't
small
want
numbers?
huge cultural shifts.
What is small numbers?
Um, like you want me to give a number of immigrants to take in every year?
Sure. Ballpark is
I'd have
fine.
to, I'd have to like really, I don't know. I'd have to like kind of really think about it. I mean, we have 300 million. I mean, less than a million, I'd say.
Less than a
For
million.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure, less than
Um,
a million.
wow, cool.
Um,
So you say that you want to make, you want people to come here legally, but then as we continue to talk, now all of a sudden you showed your cards, right? This isn't actually about legality. This is about controlling a flow of people that you view as not conducive to America.
I mean, that's just kind of a, like, yeah, I mean, that's a
Or
ballpark number. But
conducive is probably the wrong word. Compatible, I guess.
it's not that they're not compatible. It's that I want to keep America, America, right? If we took everyone out of America and replaced it with French
You know
people,
what?
it would no longer
You know
be
what?
America, right?
Nemo, he's entirely right. I mean, look what happened when those goddamn Irish people came, and the goddamn Italians, and the Germans, and the Polish people, and also and those French people, and all those people came, and it's so weird. All of them came here, and then and that's so weird. And and Asian people from Japan and from China and from Russian people came here, and people from the Middle East, and all these people. It's so fucking weird how it happened over the last 200 years that all of those people came here, and what you said didn't happen the last 200 years.
Well, look at what happened in Europe.
I
I mean, they
literally
were
just
taking in
pointed
so
out to
many
you, hey
Syrians.
kid, I don't fucking care about Europe. We're talking about the United States of America. Track the conversation. That thing that you just said has not happened in the 240 years that America has been a fucking country. Try again.
That thing of a, cultural shift, it hasn't happened. America has remained American.
Yeah,
And I want to prevent
so
it
here's
from
what I want
happening.
you to do right
I want to
now.
prevent it
Since
from
you
happening. I
want
don't want it to happen.
great, since you want America to remain America, tell me the things that are American culture. Go.
Things that are American culture.
Yeah, what are the things that are American culture that you're trying to protect?
Okay, I'd say one, obviously, I'd say individuality for one. I think we don't.
That's not individuality isn't a culture. That's not a culture thing. Like what are the
It's a
things
value. It's a cultural value.
Cool. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of people have that as a value. It's not something
A lot
unique
of
to the
people don't
United
have
States.
that as a value.
MoMA,
A lot of people don't.
bud, let me help you out here. I'm looking for things that are unique to the United States culturally. Like, for example, in Japan, you might say that part of their culture is sushi, right? Or ramen. Those are great. Those are great things. Or sumo wrestling. Okay, great. So now I've described to you some things that are Japanese culture. Now you tell me.
I mean, those are surface
things
level
are,
things. Football, American
What's
football.
that? What's that?
American football.
American football. That's
Yeah.
Okay.
cool.
Yes.
That's-
That's American culture.
That's American culture.
Yes. That's part of American culture.
How and how do people from other countries who come here stop us from playing football?
How do people from other countries that go to Japan stop?
How
people
do
from eating
people
sushi?
from other countries who come here stop us from playing football?
They might not like football.
That doesn't stop people from playing football, though.
Okay, no, but we bring a lot of people over here, and their favorite sport is cricket. And now instead of the Super Bowl, we have the national cricket tournament every year, and that's the
We're gonna
biggest
stop
sport.
having the Super Bowl.
I'm saying, I mean, it's based on viewership, right? If people stop watching the
What country are people coming from where cricket is so popular and we get so many people to overwhelm 340 million people that we would no longer have the NFL and the Super Bowl as the most popular sport in America? Jesus Christ, kid. Get the fuck out of here.
Countries where cricket's the most
Like
popular.
where? Like where?
like India, Pakistan.
Awesome. So you're telling
Middle
me,
Eastern countries.
that somehow we're going to get that many people. Dude, listen to yourself and listen to how absolutely fucking insane you sound. What other parts of American culture are we losing, kiddo?
What other parts of
American
American
what other things that are so American that we're holding on to? Like, okay, so football, what else?
Well, culture is a collection of things. It's not like
Exactly,
one
it's a collection of
thing.
things. So tell me the things. Obviously, if we have such a rich culture here in America, this should be real fucking easy.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I can tell you.
Great, so tell me some things. Tell me, go.
The American dream, the idea
That's
that
not
anyone can
that's
be
not part of
successful.
our culture. I literally just
Yes, it
described
is.
things to you that are cultural things. That's not cultural. That's an ideal.
Yes,
That's not
it
part of our
is.
culture. Dude, you don't understand the question. I'm amazed.
You're looking at social
How old are you?
culture on the
Are you
surface
20?
level, like it's
You're
only
20
food and
years old. Did
sports.
you graduate?
Culture is also ideas
Did you
and ideology.
graduate? Did you graduate high school?
Okay, I'll give you a big one. Christianity. How about that?
Christianity is not part of American culture.
Christianity literally originated somewhere else and is more popular in other countries than it is in the United States. There are more Christians outside of the United States than there are in the United States, you fucking idiot.
Actually,
Okay, yeah, obviously.
If you think that Christianity is a key pillar for American culture, then you would be a-okay with opening up the southern border.
No, I'm saying that America's majority Christian. There are other issues with other cultures.
And I'm saying that south of the border, there are more of them.
No, it's not. It's not the only part of American culture, right? Trying to is your guys' argument that American culture?
It's not part of American culture. It's not American culture. That's what we're trying to
It
point
is
out
part
to
of
you.
American culture.
No,
Yes, it
it's
is.
not. Oh my God! It can't
America's
be.
a majority
No.
Christian country.
Listen to. Okay, I'm going to try to explain this one more time because my God, how stupid you are is really frying my brain. Okay, allow
Bad
me.
homonyms, bro.
I know it's not an ad hominem when it's true. I'm just pointing out a fact. That's not an ad hominem attack. I'm just pointing something out that's a fact. I'm going to slow down and say it very, very simply for you. I was asking you to tell me things that are individual only to America. Saying something like Christianity is not individual to America. Saying the American dream literally is not individual to America. The idea that you can go somewhere and start a business and become wealthy and financially independent and happy is not singular to America in any way, manner, shape, or form.
It's the combination of things that's unique.
I
It's the combination that's
literally gave you examples. I said Japan. They're cultural things that are definitively Japanese. For example, sushi, sumo wrestling, ramen. Those are things that literally no one can argue. Those are Japanese things that were invented in Japan that are Japanese. That's Japanese culture. Now I am asking you one final time, can you tell me things that are strictly American just like that because you're so concerned with American culture? God, did I explain it simply enough that time?
Okay. So sure, I can tell you things that are specifically American,
Great.
right? Like, like a Philly cheesesteak, or
a Philly
the Empire
cheesesteak.
State Building.
The Empire State Building isn't part of our culture. It's just a building.
No.
And the Philly.
So the Eiffel Tower isn't part of like France's culture. That's just a building. It's not part of their culture.
Dude,
it's a landmark.
It's a landmark. It's not part of their culture.
That's not included in culture.
Oh my God.
I mean, I guess like if you want to, we're kind of like losing the thread with
culture.
This, right?
Culture is a combination of things. It's not just one thing.
Okay, I mean, if it's a combination of things, then what is the difference between me and somebody who is here from, let's say, somewhere in Latin America was their origin, and they're here undocumented? What's the difference? I mean, other than the obvious thing of I am natural born, they are not. What is What's the other
differences
difference?
between the differences between Latin American culture and American culture? Is that the question?
I mean, I guess you can interpret it that way. I was gonna say, I mean, I was asking between me and them, but sure, yeah.
I mean, when you get down to individual values, I'd say, one thing that I've seen, I think is a big difference is kind of I think they have a lot more emphasis on authority in Latin American culture. I think, they have a view where it's, if someone's like the father figure or the boss, then, they can't be questioned. And then, to question that is kind of like very wrong in that culture that, if someone is in a higher position that you, like, especially in like family dynamics, then you can't really, question them or argue against them in anything. And
Are you describing patriarchy right now? That's fascinating.
no, it's not just patriarchy. It doesn't have to be like men. It's just like,
I mean, you just
I mean,
described it, though,
you could
right?
say, well, it's not really about men and women. It's about like seniority. I think they have a lot more respect for seniority than we do.
I mean, we absolutely have a respect your elders type thing in the U.S., but
Yeah, but not as much as other cultures. I mean, and
I mean,
a lot of that's like religious. I mean, you
okay,
see like the
that
Confucianism
no,
and
no, no.
stuff,
Okay, you know what? I'll give you
right?
that one. To me, that while it is a difference, doesn't bolster your argument because that is not a net negative.
I mean, it can
That
be in
that
certain
only
circumstances.
enhances the U.S., right? The idea of like respecting seniority or like respecting your elders.
I don't think so. I think sometimes the elders are wrong and sometimes the young people are correct. It's not a net positive to respect, to always respect seniority.
Respect is not the same as to I guess follow blindly.
I mean, I think they have a much, I think they have, it's much more taboo, I think, to like go against authority or to go against seniority in those cultures.
I would disagree on that part also. Like to say that Latin America is more respective of authority. Latin America, and to be clear, Latin America is essentially everything south of the United States. Um, Latin America, how many revolutions have happened in Latin America? Not via U.S. intervention, to be clear. How many revolutions? Like a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
So I
I
mean, to
mean,
me, that is not being adherent to authority, right?
I'm talking more on like the micro level, like within a family or like within a business relationship. I think it's, I think if someone's your boss, like in a business relationship, it's much more like taboo to try and argue against them or say like, no, you should be doing it this way compared to other cultures.
I mean, what you're
And it's
telling me is that people coming from Latin America are more likely to just listen to their boss at work and respect elders. And you're telling me that that is somehow deleterious to American culture? I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, I understand that we just kind of went through how, well, sometimes elders should be questioned and blah, blah, blah. But what you're telling me is that on the whole, people coming to this country from Latin America are more likely to respect elders and not question their boss.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
I don't
it's
know.
like
Like, is that
a
causing a
specific
downfall of Western civilization?
you asked for a specific example, right, for Latin America, and I gave you a specific example that I can think of off the
Okay,
top of my
all right,
head. But the point
fine.
is, it's different, right? If you're in Latin America versus being in America, it's just different. It's a different culture. The social relationships are different. The values are different. You can't make the claim that American culture and Latin American culture are identical because they're not. They're different.
I what I'm asking and what Matt has been asking is what is like when you say American culture, and it is kind of like a nebulous thing, but like American culture, what is it that is being uh impacted by immigration to the point that we have to conserve these cultural things. Like, you mentioned individuality, you then shortly thereafter mentioned collectivism. Those things are kind of in conflict, so I don't know how that works, but I mean, well, do you understand what I'm asking?
Look, it's not there's not one specific cultural trait that like this is the American trait. It's a collection of traits. It's a mix between different traits.
Yeah, no.
And I
Okay.
can give you like, I feel like the big example, right, that, most people turn to, right, is like other religions like Islam, right? And
Okay, but
we
we're
want
talking
to
about
keep
Latin
we want to
America.
keep a Christian majority.
Okay, but
Yeah,
we're talking about Latin America.
It doesn't apply as much to Latin America. I mean,
Well, yeah,
yeah, right. I mean,
because like what's the percentage of Christians in the United States? Just take a
I'm
guess.
not take a guess, 60, 70,
Yeah, it's somewhere around that. Yeah. Now, what do you think the percentage is in Latin America?
probably just as high, 70, 60, the same,
90.
90.
Not 90% of Latin America is Christian.
Yeah.
They are more Christian than America.
Yeah. I mean, that's for Latin America, sure, right? But other countries, that's not the case. For Latin America, also, I think they value marriage less than Americans. I think if you look at probably like the percentage of people that are married, you know, in Latin America, I bet it's probably lower.
In the most Catholic countries in the world?
Yeah.
Like, not only are they Christian, they are Catholic. That's like advanced Christian. That's like that like Christian plus rituals type Christian.
As a reminder, MoMA, or maybe you'll be learning this for the first time. What are you, just some sort of like basic Christian, I assume? Like whatever the fuck?
No, I'm not Christian.
Cool. Anyways, the Protestants in this country didn't give a fuck about abortion until like the late 70s. That was when they decided that they were gonna fuck with that and like care about that issue. But the Catholics have cared about it, and that was their thing for a much longer time. If you wanted more pro-life, anti-abortion, married, super Christian people, you would be loving having far more people from those countries come here because they literally fit the profile of folks that you're talking about. And when you talk about American culture, literally everything that you could bring up, every single fucking thing that you could bring up and say, like, oh, look at that thing that we have, it's because of immigrants. It's all because of immigrants. Everything that we have in this country that you would mention in terms of American culture is because of immigrants. You mentioned Philly cheesesteaks. That's so amazing. You're like, oh, Philly cheesesteaks. That's so American. Philly cheesesteaks were invented by the two kids of Italian immigrants.
Look, I'm not pro-life for one. Okay?
I don't fucking care. But you're talking about
but you brought it up.
Bud, I don't
being
fucking.
married, it's
Hey,
not
bud,
about
I don't
abortion.
fucking care. You're talking about keeping the country Christian. If you're talking about keeping the country Christian, then you would want a bunch of people from other Christian countries because it would literally bolster the numbers here by keeping the country Christian. But you don't really want that.
Okay, but
You would just much rather. I know there's other traits because what you really want is you want to keep the country white.
No,
Yes.
I don't.
Cool.
Okay. So then, I mean,
I want to keep the country American.
why then don't we open up the southern border and stop going after people? Like, make it a directive to ICE.
Look, I put up the stat.
CBP, you are now half the size of what you are. We're cutting your budget in half. ICE, we're cutting your budget into let's say 10% of what it currently is. And the reason why is because you're only going to go after roughly 10%, if that, of what you currently are. And that's because we're not going to go after anyone who has any type of Latino or Hispanic surname whatsoever. Because if what you're saying is that you don't care about race, so it's not about keeping America white, and you're also saying that religion is one of the key pillars for American culture. We've established Christianity, right? That Latin America, more Christian than us, more devout than us, also more family centric than
Okay,
us.
we were talking. You say family centric, right? That's what we were
Yes.
talking about, right? Being married. I looked
Yes.
it up, right? What percentage of U.S. Americans adults are married? It says 47 to 51% of American adults are currently married, whereas in South America, less than 40% are married, and over half of all children are born to unmarried mothers, with rates of combination varying by country, including only 12% in Chile and only 39% in Colombia. That's a bad thing. People should not be born to unmarried parents. Your parents should be married if you're, a child. That's like having kids in wedlock is a huge thing, and I think
Why
it's
is it a
less
huge
common in
thing?
South America because you want your parents to be like strong. You want them to have a strong, stable relationship and be married.
Yeah, but a marriage is purely a contract, right? Like
Yes.
a marriage is not a relationship. People can have stronger relationships and not be married.
I mean, that's like, hypothetically, sure, but that's generally not the case. Generally, like, you want your parents to be legally tied together in a union of marriage rather than just two, people like that are dating or that were dating. Generally,
I,
like,
I mean,
people that are
I kind
married
of
stick together
disagree
long.
with that. Like, I mean, if so long as you have like a common law situation where in the eyes of the government, the parents are viewed as, well, they're the parent of this kid and they have equal rights to the kid or whatever. I mean, if at that point it doesn't matter, right? Like if they're in a relationship, they're in the same household and they both legally are treated as parents of the kids, the marriage is immaterial.
Can I need to point something out here. I found the article that you got that from. Do you want to give us the date on that article?
Let me see.
I'll just tell you, it's
2013.
Yeah, 2013. I found some more recent data that says over 60% of households in South America are married households. That's from the UN.
Does it have Latin? Like, is there an option to specify Latin America?
I was trying, Nemo. That was the thing, because I really wanted to get Central and South America,
Right.
but I cannot find one that's for both. I was trying to find
Yeah.
both. So, yeah. Because I was like, wow, that statistic is really weird and really, very strange, because the trends in the last decade have been ticking up for marriage in South America, because women are actually getting married younger in South America, which is an interesting trend that is going on in South America. It's kind of weird, but that is an upward trend in South America. I remember reading about that. So there's actually more people getting married in South America than there used to be. So I don't know why. Anyways,
So at this point, we've established that people from Latin America are more devout than us when it comes to Christianity, and are more likely to be married and to stay in those marriages. Also, more likely to have kids. Part of that is a product of them being Catholic and AB being considered a sin. But also, they're just more likely to have kids. So, I mean, I know that you brought up Islam, And I know you want to turn this into a conversation about Islam
No, there's
because
other things I can list from South America. I mean, there's plenty of things that are different between the U.S. and South America.
okay, but things that are different or things that are bad.
Things that are bad.
Okay, give me something.
The lack of government transparency. I mean, the bribery and the
Well,
corruption.
sorry, what I mean is like cultural related things. Not like obviously the governments in South America are various states of fucked. Yeah, I'm aware.
I don't think that that's like completely divorced from the people. I mean, I think they
I think it
have
kind of is whenever it's let's see. I
kleptocracy.
mean, what Argentina? You got the libertarian fuck. Then in let me think for a second. I mean, you can bring up Venezuela, which we just straight up deposed that guy. And in the case of Brazil, not actually that fucked. Brazil, they elected Lula, which dude's he's a socialist more or less, and he had replaced Bolsonaro, who was considered the South American Trump, basically, or Brazil's Trump, like. And then, of course, people that supported Bolsonaro did their version of January 6th in Brazil. So that was crazy. The only difference being that Brazil actually had the balls to prosecute.
Like it's the corruption just isn't. It's not like it's just at the level of the leader. Like the bribery, it happens down on the levels of, it goes all the way down to the level of like the police. The police and the garbage man and like whoever.
Okay.
Like
You
it's
think that's bad?
it's rooted throughout. Yes, I think bribery is bad.
Okay. And bad enough that we don't want to let them in the country because we don't do that?
Yes, I don't think we should be doing that.
Gotcha. Okay. You mentioned that it's not just at like the leadership level that we're going down to the police level.
It's at every level. It's in private and it's in public. It's in the corporations.
Okay.
It's corruption's like rooted within, it's rooted within those countries. It's not just like
Right.
one person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so specifically, we're talking about bribery, right? But I mean, sure, fine. Corruption's fine.
Well, corruption, bribery is corruption.
As far as bribery is concerned, we just legalized it. It's called Citizens United.
In what sense? What is that? I don't know what that is.
So Citizens United was a Supreme Court case that was decided in, is it 2010? I think it's 2010.
20, yeah, around there.
Yeah.
2009 or 2010, yeah.
So right around that time. And Citizens United was a Supreme Court case that basically said money is speech. And it created the concept of what we call super PACs, where a super PAC can give, hundreds of millions of dollars or billions of dollars to whatever candidate to their campaign. And the rule is they cannot coordinate with the candidate. So if I have a super PAC and you're running for president and I want to support you, I can spend unlimited amounts of money on commercials and billboards and all sorts of ads and shit. Do whatever, right? Now, technically, I am not supposed to coordinate with you because that makes it illegal. Now, that's essentially like an honor system type thing. And I think it's fair to say we all know that's bullshit. But that's what Citizens United says. And that's been the law of the land in this country since 2010. So that means that Elon Musk, for example, was able to dump $300 million?
Yeah, it was like over 300 million. Yeah, at last count. Yeah.
$300 million into the MAGA PAC or whatever the fuck you wanted to call it. And for Donald Trump. And that's fine.
Look, what did Trump do when he got in office? He ended EV tax credits that hurt Musk. You know,
Okay,
he ended contracts with Musk company. Bribery requires quid pro quo. I mean, it
Cool.
so
requires,
he,
this for
dude,
that.
you just described it just
God.
then.
Oh my god.
You did my work for
Oh
me.
my god.
Yes. I'm saying
Elon Musk gives Donald Trump $300 million in the form of campaign finance, right? Donald Trump becomes president and gives him contracts, tax
no,
credits.
he ended contracts. He ended the EV tax credit. He got rid of it. He got rid of the electric vehicle tax credit in the big beautiful bill.
Okay.
And that's why they had that big falling out.
All right, time out. What was Doge?
Doge was the Department of Government Efficiency.
Fantastic. I'd like you to tell me the three major organizations that Elon Musk, the guy that was able to unilaterally run a government organization with zero experience and zero oversight, okay? I want you to tell me the three government organizations that he shut down, basically, or that he got rid of the head of. Tell me the three.
I don't know which three.
What do you mean you don't know? You don't know? Okay.
No, I don't
Well,
know.
here, let's start with USAID. He gutted USAID and basically is like made sure that they're just gonna be a husk of their former self, which is really weird because they were investigating contract issues with his Starlink's satellites. That's strange. That's really weird. But okay. Anyways, moving on. He got rid of the head of the FAA. But didn't not that this is anything related to it, but the FAA was investigating a bunch of shit related to SpaceX crashes and seeing if they were liable for a bunch of different shit. But don't worry, they got rid of the head of the FAA. Doge did, and now that's gone. So that's cool. And then, of course, there was the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, which has been gutted and shuttered. But I'm sure that it's absolutely zero coincidence that there were over 600 different complaints relating to Tesla that they were investigating, the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. And it's so weird that those were literally the first three organizations that they went after. Not to mention that we have now learned, even the Trump administration themselves have admitted that Doge went in and stole all of our Treasury information. It's been stolen. The Trump administration has admitted it. This isn't like conspiracy theory, maybe it happened. They have admitted that Doge employees went in and accessed all of our Treasury information unauthorized. So the richest man in the fucking world, okay, went into our fucking government, stopped all of the investigations that were happening against him, got all of our fucking information from the fucking Treasury, and you think that he's worried about a couple of fucking tax credits when, oh, by the way, Nemo, what's the one government organization that Doge didn't touch?
DOD.
The DOD. And boy, howdy, he's got billions of dollars of contracts with the DOD that are not canceled. So guess what? He doesn't give a flying fuck about the couple $100 million that he's going to lose in EV tax credits because he just made billions more, you fucking idiot.
That's just one example of bribery. That's one. Because that's one relationship. That's one example of bribery. Donald Trump has also been selling pardons. He's been selling presidential pardons.
For how much?
So I think that the estimate's like 2 million a pop.
Well,
2 million.
Well, Nemo, don't forget there was that dinner. There was the $1 million a plate dinner, and then there was what I think that there were 3 different pardons that came out of that. I'll have to double check. There was at least one that we know of for sure, but it was $1 million a plate, so it's at least $1 million, but it might be $2 million. We'd have to double check on that. But that's kind of like, I think Nemo's right. That's the going rate.
Yeah. And this is done via, typically it's via his meme coin, so Trump coin or whatever the fuck it's called. So that crypto that he has, that he started, it should be noted, on January 19th of 2025. I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't think he should have
go
started
ahead.
with crypto. I don't think
What's that?
he should have done a meme coin, but like, also I don't think anyone should buy it.
I agree that people shouldn't buy meme coins, but also the reason that he started the crypto had nothing to do with the fact that it's fuck it, it's just another shitty product that he
Rug
sells,
pull.
like his shoes or his watch or whatever. It's that it's a way of I guess routing money with no oversight.
Like if Trump got convicted of 38 felonies, right? He got convicted of 38 felonies for sleeping with that porn star, and he paid her with the wrong money or whatever, right? If he's doing all this like shit that's so much worse, he's also like committing all this bribery and all this corruption and doing all this stuff that's so much worse than what he did with Stormy Daniels. How come they can't convict him of that, but they can convict him of the 38 felonies for Stormy Daniels?
So it's 34 felonies. So the reason why is because the 34 felonies, that was state level, right? The state level charges. That was state of New York. And in the case of what we just described, those have been actions that have been done while he's been president. In this country, the way that works right now, and this is dumb, this is very dumb, I do not agree with this. This is the current law of the land policy, right? The Department of Justice is the ones that charge people, right? The Department of Justice, part of the executive branch, okay? Now, typically, in the before time, like back in, let's say, 1950, if the president did something illegal, let's say the president, I don't know, unalived somebody on national television in the middle of the street, and then looked at the camera and said, I did this in premeditated and yeah, right? The Department of Justice could indict and prosecute. They could absolutely do that. That was fine. Then Richard Nixon came along. Richard Nixon, paranoid dude. And also low-key kind of a tyrant, okay? So he did all sorts of shady shit while he was president. One of the things that happened after the Nixon administration was a memo that circulated inside the Office of Legal Counsel, the OLC, all right? The OLC opinion is that it is not legal to indict a sitting president. That's not law, that is policy. So it's not like literally a law, but it functions like that, okay? That is the policy of the Office of Legal Counsel. That's the reason why Mueller did not indict Donald Trump. He literally said that when he was asked.
Mueller didn't find anything. They impeached him, and Mueller didn't find anything.
They didn't impeach him for that. No. So
They impeached him twice. There's one for
they
that
did
and
impeach him
one for
twice. You're
the.
correct. They impeached Donald Trump twice. The first one was for a phone call that had nothing to do with the Mueller report. The second one was because of J6. Okay. The Mueller report happened prior to that, and it was
And they found nothing. Like the Russian collusion?
They absolutely found things. I don't want to turn this into a conversation about the Mueller report. Mueller testified in Congress, and I can find clips of this if you need. He said that the OLC opinion is that you cannot indict a sitting president. Because you cannot indict a sitting president, Donald Trump was not indicted. So the way that the OLC views it after Richard Nixon is if the president broke the law, the president must be impeached and removed from office first, and then you can indict. That's the idea. That's the logic. I think that's dumb, but that is the logic. So all of that is to say, why have they not indicted and convicted Donald Trump of bribery or whatever? It's because they literally cannot do that.
Well, then they can impeach him and remove him from office.
Okay, cool. What's required for impeachment, though?
Congress, I think.
Yes. Congress has to have a simple majority in the House, 2/3 in the Senate. When it comes to bribery, I mean, that part is literally mentioned explicitly in the Constitution as like one of the things for impeachment.
Like it's Mueller. The reason why Mueller couldn't, go after Trump isn't because of some like legal precedent about indicting. It's because, if Russia rigged the election, then they would have been able to, get Trump thrown out. But Russia didn't rig the election. If Trump was like explicitly taking bribes and it was like super obvious, or if Trump killed someone in the middle of the street on live news, then yeah, he would get impeached, right? But he didn't, so he doesn't get impeached. It's just like a matter of public opinion at that point, where it's just like his 38 felonies. If people don't think what he did was wrong, then there's not going to be heavy consequences because our government is, by the people.
So give me 1 second.
Congress cares about getting elected more than anything, right? They care about getting
right.
reelected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if impeaching Trump is the best way to get reelected, then that's what they do. The same way they betrayed him over the Epstein files, right? That Congress, even the Republicans voted.
That didn't happen. That didn't happen. There were literally.
From what I understand,
there were literally. Hang on, before Nemo shows you what he's going to do, just want to point something out to you. There were 5 Republicans. All of the Democrats were on board, and there were 5 Republicans who signed the petition to force a vote. When it became clear that it was absolutely positively going to pass no matter what, the rest of the Republicans signed on and voted for it because they knew that they had nothing to lose at that point. But up until they reached that point with the signatures, no Republicans other than those 5 in Congress, which is the majority, none of them were going to support this. You do realize that, right?
Okay, but
so no. Hold on. The Republicans are completely fucking loyal to Donald Trump. Okay, that is exactly what's happening here. If you believe otherwise, you're out of your goddamn mind.
What happened? They're loyal to getting reelected. They realized that supporting Epstein files was going to help them get reelected so than supporting Trump.
No, they didn't. Because if they realized that, they would have signed on the discharge petition immediately. But they didn't. They only voted for it after they signed the discharge petition. The 5 of them signed the discharge petition, and they knew that the bill was going to pass. That's the only reason they voted for it. Period. The end. What you just said doesn't make any sense. And I think Nemo's got a video that he'd
so
like to play.
they knew that the bill was going to pass and they voted
No,
for it.
dude,
Why did they
dude.
vote for it when they knew it was going to pass?
Okay, hold on.
What's the reason?
I now have two things that I'm going to play. So this one's first. This is related to Mueller, and then I got something for the Jeff situation. So this is Ted Lieu. This is Robert Mueller. This is from 2019 when Mueller testified in Congress about the Mueller report. Okay.
And I'd like to ask you, the reason again that you did not indict Donald Trump is because of OLC opinion stating that you cannot indict a sitting president, correct?
That is correct.
OLC opinion, the Office of Legal Counsel opinion. That is Robert Mueller saying that is why Donald Trump was not indicted in Congress under oath in 2019.
He can say that all he likes.
Okay,
The reason is
but you
because
said
he
that
can't fuck
you
off.
said that's not why. You said that didn't happen, and I'm showing you in 4K right now that it absolutely happened.
He can claim that's the reason. The reason is because he didn't find anything.
That's exactly what Robert Mueller said. He's the guy that the report is named after. This is him testifying under oath before Congress.
Yeah, well, he's not going to say, "Oh, yeah, I'm not going to indict him because I didn't, accomplish anything with my report."
That would be
That's probably not
that
what
would
he's
be
gonna say. He's
committing
probably not gonna
that would
admit
be that would be committing
incompetence.
that would be committing perjury. That's a felony.
So that is clip 1. This is clip 2. So as far as the Jeff situation is concerned, hold on. Let me
That's when you lie under oath. That's what that's called.
The Mueller report, the reason why it wasn't it didn't find anything. It's not like they found all this evidence and then they just couldn't use it because of this policy. It's because they didn't fucking find anything.
Cool.
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would you?
I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know it. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would, or at least
Do you think that would restore trust? Help restore trust?
Yeah, I don't know about Epstein so much as I do the others.
So
See, he says he doesn't know.
Oh. He doesn't
Has
know.
to think about it.
He has to think about declassifying the Jeff files.
Look, you said, why did all the Republicans vote to release the Epstein files, even though Trump didn't want them
to the
released?
1,300 people watching right now, this is what's called a double bind. Okay, this is a rhetorical tactic that he actually inadvertently he put himself in this. It's called a double bind. So, which one is it? Did he promise to declassify the Jeff files and then did not do that? At which point Congress had to then compel him to do that. Which means the Republicans didn't actually betray him because they were just doing what he said he was going to do. That's option 1. Okay. Or option 2, are you telling me that he said that he was going to declassify the Jeff files, but he wasn't super sure, and so Republicans betrayed him by compelling him to declassify the Jeff files, which then implies that you're arguing that he should keep the Jeff files classified? Which one? This by the way, this is what's called a double bind.
I'm arguing
one
that
of these
I'm
two.
not arguing that he should keep them classified. I'm arguing that Republicans betrayed him.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that he lied there.
No, I'm saying sure, he didn't know. I'm saying I agree. Maybe he wasn't sure about declassifying them. And maybe he didn't want to at first. But
why?
The main point is that he didn't at the time.
Why didn't he want to?
He probably thought it would create unwanted attention or whatever.
On
I don't
who?
know his exact reasoning.
On who?
On him, on other people.
Don't you think that that's kind of concerning that he is in control of that?
I mean, I think like, as a politician, you got to know that, even if something isn't true, it might create a negative perception for you.
Okay.
And that,
But one thing that we always hear from MAGA is that Donald Trump was not a politician. That's why y'all elected him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to say that he's a politician when you voted for him, fair enough, whatever. Because like I think that after you become president once, you are a politician, right? So if you want to go down that road, that's fine. But
and you got to play the game. You can't just ignore it.
Playing the game by allowing predators to skate.
There's no predators that were allowed to escape.
Well, so MoMA, so great. So aside from Ghislaine Maxwell, can you tell us who else has been prosecuted, please?
Nobody, because there's no evidence.
Wait, there's no evidence?
Yes. There's no evidence. He released the files. There's no evidence.
Hang on. No, he didn't.
There's no proof.
But time out. Okay. Let me ask you a question right now. How much of the files do you think have been released?
3 million documents.
Yeah, no. Percentage. What's the percentage that you think has been released?
Percentage? I'm not sure about.
Do you want to take a guess?
I guess, like, you talking about unredacted? Like, what percent is unredacted?
No, not what's unredacted. Just the of 100% of the total files that they have. What have they released to the public? Redacted, whatever. What have they given us? What's the percentage? Give me a guess.
Guess? I have no idea.
No idea. So you don't know if it's 1% or 99%? What?
Let's go with 70%.
Cool, 70%. It's less than 5%. We have seen less
so 3 million documents is less than 5%.
Yup.
So there's 60 million documents?
Probably something.
An Epstein file?
It could easily be something like that. Emails, texts, phone records, interviews. It is insane. And you know what they did, right? You know that there was an active investigation at the Southern District of New York, and they shut it down, and the FBI went in there and they took all of their files, right? Why would they stop an active investigation?
I don't know, waste of resources?
Why would they stop? No. It's the Southern District of New York. It has nothing to do with the federal government. Why would they go and take all of their files? Why would they want to stop an active investigation into the e-files and the people who were perpetrating those acts?
I mean, there could be dozens of reasons. I'm not
Such
sure.
as what?
You think?
Such as what? No, give us. Okay, great. Dozens of reasons. Give us any. Why should we?
Like,
why would we stop in?
Rights? I don't know.
How?
During an investigation.
How would investigating people for schmexually assaulting women or children, how would that be infringing on people's rights?
Could be like violating, like not using warrants.
No, they're not ICE. So no. They're actual they're actual real law enforcement officers that go and get judicial warrants. So no. That never happened. Because if it happened, someone would go to. So here's the thing, bud. You're literally talking about something where they're stopping active investigations. They're holding on to files that should have been released by now, and they're not released. Okay, we don't know why. But if you're the president who said, I'm going to release all the files, and then you don't release the files when there's a literal law, where did you go? Why are you not here?
I'm here. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Don't leave the. Stop. Excuse me. Stop leaving the app. This isn't a conspiracy theory.
I can still hear it.
Stop. I don't care. Don't leave the app. It's rude.
Well, the app's making.
Excuse me. What's that?
It's like making weird noises. So.
Cool story. Anyways, it's not conspiracy theory. Everything we just told you are just facts. These are just things that have happened.
Conspiracy theory
hey, bud,
is that
also, if you're going to talk about a conspiracy theory, what is more likely? That Donald Trump, who is mentioned so far in the files 38,000 times, by the way, in the 5% that we have, he's mentioned 38,000 times. What's more likely? That he's not guilty of anything, but they just happen to be stopping active investigations, covering up all of the files, not complying with a law requiring them to be released by a certain time, over-redacting things, okay, doing all of that shit, but he's not in it, and he's not part of anything. Oh, no. What's more likely? Is it that's the conspiracy theory? Or is it just that he's guilty as fuck and he's trying to save his own skin? Which is it?
I think that it's probably that he looks bad, right? But that there's not enough evidence.
That's not one of the options.
You think there's enough evidence to convict him? I don't think there's enough evidence to convict him, and they're just sitting on it.
If there's not enough evidence to convict him, then Donald Trump, he skates and he gets to make all of his enemies look bad. When has Donald Trump ever missed an opportunity to make Bill Clinton look bad or any other Democrats? Why are they not just releasing all the files? I'll tell you why. It's because even if Bill Clinton goes down, which he's almost certainly going to go down, I'll tell you, and fuck him if he does. But even if Bill Clinton goes down, Trump is definitely going down because Trump is mentioned like 5 times more than Bill Clinton is. Like, they were best friends. They were best friends for fucking 10 years. Dude, listen to what I am saying. You're basing your opinion off of 5% of the information. That's what you're basing your opinion off of, okay? You're also the person who just said that the Mueller report went nowhere, right? You think that the Mueller report was nothing? Cool. Then you should probably tell that to the 40 fucking people who were convicted as a result of the Mueller report.
Of what?
Oh my. Like Paul Manafort?
Collusion?
Michael Flynn? Yes. Paul Manafort, Michael Flynn, George Papadopoulos, Roger Stone. All of these fucking people who worked for Donald Trump.
Like, I didn't read the report.
I know you didn't, because if you did, you would understand what we're trying to explain to you, but you fucking didn't. And you think you're like, well, the Mueller report was nothing because nothing happened to Donald Trump, blah, 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 blah. 40 people went to jail because of the Mueller report, or were convicted. I'm sorry, 40 people were convicted because of the Mueller report. What?
Russian collusion in the 2016 election?
Yes.
That's what the Mueller report was researching.
Yes, it was. Because
so
what they did...
Do you think
because
Russia rigged the 2016 election? Is that...
No, they didn't rig the 2016 election, but the people who were with Donald Trump and working on his campaign were involved in working with Russia. And we also know that Russia had influence in the 2016 campaign via Cambridge Analytica. That has been found to be true by all of our intelligence agencies. Even the Republicans on the Intelligence Committee put out a report on this. This is not like this is not a partisan issue, or at least it wasn't 6 years ago, but apparently it is now. It was not. Like, Russia influenced our elections via social media.
Bots,
I didn't say that they rigged our elections, but they influenced our elections. And we know for a fact that people like Paul Manafort and Michael Flynn and Roger Stone committed financial crimes that were directly related to Russia. They were colluding with Russia.
I mean, individuals might have committed financial crimes, right?
They
But the
were
idea that
colluding with Russia. They were related
got
to
Trump
Russia.
elected,
They
I don't
weren't
believe
just.
that at all.
Bud, hear me out here, okay? You've never read the report. They weren't just like, oh, somebody just committed some random tax fraud, so we're just going to say. No, it was directly related to Russian firms via Ukraine. That was what Michael Flynn got fucking popped for. Like, this is direct fucking A to B line.
So Russia got Trump elected because of their Facebook bots.
I
don't buy it.
I didn't say that. That's not Jesus Christ, dude. You're not even fucking listening.
What's the conclusion? I mean, what's the conclusion we're trying to draw?
So,
giving up.
Are you arguing about Mueller?
I was trying to argue about Epstein. I'm trying to say that I don't
Okay,
believe
but
that.
I also heard you start talking about Mueller.
Yeah, I don't think Mueller found any sort of evidence that
so
Russia.
If you want to talk
like-
about Jeff, because I think that Jeff is kind of more relevant than Mueller, but you were. I heard you.
I didn't bring up Mueller. I'm not the one who brought it up. Okay.
Okay.
Jeff, as far as Jeff goes, I don't believe this conspiracy that the government has all this evidence. They have all this proof that all these different people were involved, and they have enough evidence to prosecute them, but they just decided not to because of the cover-up and because of the conspiracy. I think that the Epstein files, it might have stuff that doesn't look good for Trump or it doesn't look good for other people, but I don't think it has enough evidence to prosecute and convict anyone. Otherwise, I think they would have done it the same way they did it for Jolene and the same way they did it for Jeff.
Jeff wasn't convicted.
I guess they didn't do. Yeah,
Jeff wasn't.
I mean,
he
obviously
wasn't convicted.
He was. They were going to prosecute him though. He obviously wasn't convicted because they didn't get that far.
Do you think that Jeff offed himself?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't think that he was offed?
No, I don't think there was some big conspiracy.
Okay. And you're saying that Jeff offed himself because why?
Because he knew that he was going to get found guilty of very terrible crimes, and he didn't want to go through that.
What crimes? Obviously, code your language, but what crimes?
Crimes, crimes against children, of doing not good things to them.
Was he the only one? Him and Ghislaine?
Probably not. It's the only one they could prove, though. Who else? I don't know.
Do you think that Jeff knew?
That Jeff knew? I mean, yeah, I'm sure he knew.
Do you think Ghislaine knows?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, it's just speculating.
Why isn't she saying anything?
Why isn't she saying anything? I don't know. Might not be advantageous. I don't know.
I mean, something tells me that she could easily earn herself a pardon by saying, look, I know that I was the one that was a ringleader for this. I'll give you all of the names. Every single
maybe
one of
she
them.
doesn't. Maybe she doesn't have any proof. You can't just say it. You need proof too, right?
So what is all of the stuff that was seized from Jeff's properties back in 2020?
What is it?
Yeah, because they seized terabytes of video because all of his properties were wired for audio and video. Infamously, the island is the one that people always go back to, but all of his properties are like that. So they seized terabytes of audio and video, or I guess I'll put it another way. They seized hard drives. They seized binders full of papers with names. Not saying that is a black book. I'm saying there were names of individuals on certain binders that are blacked out to this day.
And you think they seized enough evidence to convict these people and to prosecute them and to put them in jail in a court?
I mean, the audio and video, yeah. With audio and video, yes.
So
Now,
why
they
haven't
haven't
they done
released
that?
that to the public, and I'm not saying that they should because it's CSAM, but it absolutely exists.
So if they have all this evidence to, put these people in jail, why haven't they done it?
Well, who is implicated?
I mean, a lot of people, allegedly.
You're right. Heads of state,
Yeah.
billionaires, millionaires, people in very influential places of power, positions of power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and they don't
people who
prosecute
used to
people
be
that
part
are
of the
in
royal family.
positions of power, right?
So if they're implicated, you wouldn't go after them, right? Like, I mean, that's the rationale.
Okay, but Epstein himself was also in a position of power. He also
You're right.
had a lot of influence, right? And they went after him anyways. Why did they go after him?
So they gave him a sweetheart deal. That's the thing, is that so his original conviction was in 2008, I think. And that was when he got what was referred to as the deal of a century, or the sweetheart deal. So that was in Florida. And he was arrested, indicted, and charged with I can't remember what they charged him with that first time. I think it was one count of trafficking and one count of conspiracy to traffic, something like that.
Yeah.
So that was the original thing. That's what he agreed to plead guilty to. I'll put it that way. I think he was actually charged with more than that. Now, the prosecutor, so the guy whose job it is to bring the charges and convict the bastard, right? The prosecutor for that was a guy named Alex Acosta. Okay? That's important. So, Jeff had a shit ton of money, so he had a legal dream team that made O.J. Simpson's legal team blush. Like, it was crazy, the people that he had. One of those people was Trump's attorney.
Todd Blanche? No, not Blanche. Why am I?
He's an old dude.
Oh,
something Dershowitz. There we go.
Yeah,
yep.
Alan
Thank
Dershowitz.
you.
Well,
Dershowitz. So Alan Dershowitz was one of his lawyers. Was one of Jeff's lawyers in that case. Okay. At the end of that case, Jeff agreed to plead guilty to whatever. In exchange, he got to leave prison for up to 12 hours a day to go wherever. And it was basically, I don't know, they forced him to stay in a place for a little while, but not really. They forced him to sleep in a place for a little while. But the majority of the time, he didn't have to be there. And we don't know where he went for up to 12 hours a day, so long as he came back there at the end of it. That was part of his sweetheart deal. Also, I mean, it was pretty short, whatever the time was in prison. It was pretty short. That deal was given to him by the prosecutor, Alex Acosta. Alex Acosta is the same guy that Donald Trump made Secretary of Labor in his first term.
Okay.
Dershowitz was OJ's lawyer too. Fucking A.
Yeah, he was. Oh yeah, Dershowitz is yeah, he's wild.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought the main dude was Johnny Cochran in that one. Never mind. My bad. All right. So, yeah. The point is, dude, that the reason why Jeff got popped the first time was because it was hardly him getting popped. And as far as the second time,
they had him killed.
Are you just saying that?
That's what you believe?
Yeah.
And who did that? Trump?
What do you mean?
Who do you think had him killed? Trump?
Yeah. It was either him or someone who basically used him to do it. So what I mean by that is Jeff was in federal custody when he lost his life. Okay? He was in federal custody during the Trump administration. So, I mean, that's like means, right? Motive also there, right? Also, I think at that point, Bill Barr was the attorney general. Bill Barr also associated with Jeff. I think there's like 1 degree of separation with them. So
Jeff worked with Bill's dad.
There you go. So
Yeah, I think
means, motive, opportunity. Mm-hmm. Do I think that Trump himself was the one that made the call? Maybe. Or it could have been somebody that was also implicated, because we know shit tons of billionaires were involved, or influential people were involved. We know this, right? And whoever they were could have reached out and been like, we need to make him quiet. And
okay,
Trump
when you
agreed.
say like shit tons of people were involved.
Okay.
It's really hard to keep a secret with shit tons of people knowing, right? Like that kind of stuff gets out if shit tons of people know it.
You're right.
Generally speaking.
That's why victims have come forward. There have been victims that have come forward about this. Other victims have not come forward. And the reason why is because of what can be done to somebody. Because, like, I mean, in the case of, if we're looking at victims who have mentioned Trump, Katie Johnson is one. Katie Johnson is the one that is probably the most explicit that we know of. Katie Johnson, court case, named Jeff, named Donald Trump, then retracted the case because of threats and fear for her life, right? In the case of Virginia, she worked with Jeff, or was involved with Jeff for a while. Also a victim, obviously. Also suddenly lost her life due to self-unaliving randomly in Australia not that long ago.
Yeah, like I like the whole conspiracy thing. Like, I think you're underestimating how hard it would actually be to pull something like that off, right? You're gonna ice all these people and all these different countries in Australia and inside a prison, and you're not gonna leave any evidence that you did it. And all these, hundreds of people that you used, you're all just gonna stay quiet on it, and you're just gonna get away with it. I just don't think that's very realistic. I think that's, sure, that happens in movies, right? Like in Prison Break, but I don't think you can get away with such a large scale conspiracy, and have there be no, and leave not a trace of evidence behind that people can find.
Sure. Anyways, here is from the files on March 1st, 2020, or 4th, 2021, from the FBI. This is an interview with someone who is in charge of the Metropolitan Correctional Center, who works IT and is so they're in charge of all the cameras there. They interviewed them. Blank advised that only one hard drive of the camera system was working at the time of the incident on August 10th, 2019. When a DVR went bad, none of the cameras recorded. There was a system failure of DVR2 on July 29th, 2019, and the motherboard failed on DVR2 on August 8th, 2019. The hard drive failure occurred on August 10th, 2019. After the incident, Blank was asked about the cameras. There were 2 new hard drives to install, but installing the new hard drives would mean that all prior data would be lost. The Warren wanted video, and so Blank was told to start working on the system. Blank started removing the bad drives in order to rebuild the DVR. Blank advised that an FBI agent was the one who pulled out the DVR. Blank also advised that he knew that by replacing both hard drives, the system would be wiped, and that he had advised personnel at MCC of that. That means they intentionally pulled the 2 drives that they could have used to rebuild the data. They literally pulled the drives and wiped the system when they could have tried to rebuild the bad data. This is from the MCC camera tech when they interviewed him 2 years later.
Who interviewed him?
The FBI. Isn't that weird? This is from the E-Files dump. Somebody found that. It's an interview. You can go look it up yourself. Can even give you the number on it. It's EFTA A00126066. You can read it for yourself. But, you know, nothing to see here.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, and the video was 3 minutes and 33 seconds. But like, you know, the number, it's like, I don't know, man. It's just, I just don't, you know, I don't think that like these internet people are finding this crazy, you know, evidence of the conspiracy, you know, from
It's
the
not,
E-Files.
dude, this isn't like crazy evidence. This isn't rocket science. This isn't like a bunch of insane things. This is just some people who erased
No,
listen to what I am saying. It's literally just some people who intentionally erased a hard drive by pulling it out. That's it. And the hard drive happened to be the one that would have had video footage that had an error and had a full minute missing. But nothing, but no conspiracy, nothing. This is all just total coincidence. Even though they knew that there was a minute missing, they knew there was a problem, but was told to pull the drives anyway, even though he said, I advise them, if we pull the drives, it will wipe them and we can't recover anything. But you're just like, no. Nothing to see here. Move along.
I mean, I generally like what you're suggesting is a conspiracy, right? You're suggesting that the government had someone killed and then covered it up, and generally, I don't believe in
our
conspiracies,
government would never do that, right? We would never like send in a group of like CIA operatives into another country to like get rid of another leader, or like capture them, or do or like try to send a bunch of people in the dead of night into another country to try to overthrow their government. Or we would never do any of that shit, right?
like military operations.
No, I'm talking
It's not
about
the
I'm
same.
not talking about military operations. I am talking about the CIA. Everything I just said was CIA related.
I mean, the CIA's done some bad stuff in the past, which all came out, right?
Oh, it's all come out.
But
You think that everything that the CIA has done has all come out? Dude, you're cute. You're a cute kid. This is fun. This is adorable. You think that everything the CIA has done has come out?
Not even close.
majority of it.
No. We know that it hasn't because of what is publicly known. So, for instance, MK Ultra, right? That is a thing that is always cited by people when they want to talk about conspiracies with the CIA. MK Ultra was a real thing. The CIA really did a lot of crazy shit under that program. We also know that the majority of what MK Ultra entailed was not revealed to the public because the papers that documented those actions were destroyed. We know that. So that's just one example. Also, whenever it comes to like what the CIA did in relation to Castro or their involvement with...
They did like crazy shit in the 60s, right? Like,
Yeah.
sure, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm talking about like modern day.
Okay.
You just can't get away with that kind of thing. Like, look at like Snowden. I mean, somebody is gonna blow the whistle, you know, if you're trying to do something.
Okay, but I mean, well, so in the case of Snowden, to be fair, that's the NSA, it's not the CIA, but fair enough, right? Now, in the case of Snowden, it kind of goes to our point, right? Which is that the government still does this type of shit. Absolutely. Agencies will still do this, 100%. And I mean, you can say that Snowden blew the whistle, and okay, Snowden to this day is still in Russia. Like, he is still basically a fugitive. And do I think that Snowden should be pardoned? Yes, but that's a whole other conversation. Like, to assume that the CIA or any other intelligence agency doesn't do crazy shit anymore. Nah. Like, was it easier in the past to get away with? Yes. But they still do it.
The shit that Snowden, you know, blew the whistle on was nowhere near the level of magnitude as would be, you know, like unaliving Epstein in his holding cell. Like, it's, you know, trying to, you know, use intelligence to go after terrorists or whatever. Like, that's nowhere near the same level of trying to cover up, you know, a child sex, you know, I mean, a child, you know, ring, right? Like, those are two completely different things. And I don't think that, like, I just don't think they could get away with it. You know, I think you guys are kind of overestimating what Trump's able to, like, accomplish. I don't think that, you know, this is something that you could reasonably get away with.
I think that you're assuming that this is limited by Trump's capability or like his intelligence or power or whatever. It's not. So he's not like the ringleader. It's one of those things where it's a self-reinforcing situation where there are all sorts of heads of state or government officials or powerful people or, you know, rich, powerful, influential people, right, involved with this. And that means that the amount of influence, the amount of power that you have to keep people quiet grows every time that another person is added to whatever, to the bad guys, right? And think of it like the Legion of Doom.
That's not how it works. Every time somebody's in on it, that adds liability. It adds one more person they can rat on. The most successful conspiracy would be one that very few people know about.
Dude,
it wouldn't be one that you have, you know, hundreds or thousands of people are in on it.
You're looking at that assuming that the people in the conspiracy are not number one, that they are not doing a crime. Number two, that they are not wanting, or that they don't want to commit the crime anymore. Number three, that they're not billionaires. Like, I understand what you're saying, and I agree in principle with what you're saying. So, for instance, going to the moon, people say that we didn't do that, or whatever. That's fucking dumb. That is a demonstrably false, fucking dumb conspiracy theory. Okay? And we know that because of all of the evidence that exists that we have gone, and also because somebody would have ratted by now, because the people involved in it are not all billionaires, right? These are underpaid people that work at NASA. Or also, you could say, like, any of the astronauts, because they're not rich, like meaningfully rich. So there's a difference there.
Like, I don't know. I think you guys got the wrong guy. I'm just like not really into this kind of thing. So maybe you should let someone else up.
If you're not really into it, why did you ask about Jeff in the first place?
I don't think I'm the one who asked about it. I don't think I'm the one who brought it up.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
no,
man.
you asked about ICE. Never mind.
I just don't buy into these, like, kind of speculative conspiracies. Just really, like, at all.
All right, I mean, normal when it comes to conspiracy theories, I have said publicly that I used to love conspiracy theories, not because I believed them, but because they were fun. Right? It was like fan fiction, you know. It was fun to kind of like pretend, you know. But QAnon and MAGA kind of ruined conspiracy theories because they made them too, I don't know, political, if that makes sense, like too, I guess, current or something. Also, I think that part of the reason why they ruined it is because in some ways they made them too real. And I mean, in the case of Jeff, like, this is one of the few conspiracies that I'm willing to accept as fact. Like, I don't believe any of the popular conspiracies. When it comes to JFK, I used to believe that, the CIA did it, and there was a person on the grassy knoll, or there was another shooter or whatever. I think that the intel agencies were probably involved, maybe, but not in the actual event. That's important. That last part's important. Did they allow it to happen? Yes. I would say yes. But it's not like they had an agent there doing the action. They just let Oswald do it. That's my stance on JFK. I have nothing to substantiate that, right? But that's just my gut feeling on it. In the case of Martin Luther King, the FBI 1000%
All the way.
did it.
All the way.
The FBI absolutely did it.
All the way.
They offed MLK. It was not James Earl Ray's redneck ass. It was not him from a fucking hotel window. Dude could barely talk his way through what type of weapon he used. It wasn't him. It was the FBI.
Yeah.
So I'll accept that one. Also, RFK. So Bobby Kennedy, not RFK Jr., the failed child insanity dude that exists in our government right now. I'm talking about his father, the actually successful one. More than likely related related to Mossad. Was it Sirhan? Was that
Yep,
his name?
It was Sirhan. Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
In the ballroom there at the hotel.
So
Yeah.
more than likely Mossad, and all the evidence was hidden because we like the I country.
Yep.
So
I
those
think,
are really
like,
the only conspiracies that I'm willing to accept. Everything else that people think, like that the Earth is flat, or that we never went to the moon, or that aliens have come to the planet, and that Area 51 they hid alien bodies and shit. No, I don't believe any of that. I think that's dumb. No. But as far as modern day conspiracies, Jeff makes perfect sense.
Yeah, like, man. I mean, I think it's probably more likely that there's been conspiracies in the past, because I think, at that time it was kind of more, accepted for the government to be, less transparent and kind of more conspiratorial. But I think, like, in the modern era, generally I believe, like, kind of what you see is what you get. Like, I don't think you can really, hide that level of, like, you can really hide the truth at that level. Like, and in this area with the amount of, like, investigative, tactics that we have. But honestly, like, I'm probably not the right guy to be talking about this kind of stuff, because I'm just not really that into that kind of topic. I'm more into, like, more like hardcore, I don't know, kind of policy stuff, rather than, kind of like.
I mean, I guess like ultimately we went down the rabbit hole of Jeff, but as far as immigration is concerned, very simply, the argument that you're making, which is that immigrants dilute or change or lessen or whatever American culture. Matt and I were, I'm pretty sure Matt was doing the same thing. We're like leading you to the point that American culture is that we don't really have like a stereotypical culture.
Mm-hmm.
Are there some things that are stereotypically
do.
American? Absolutely. But as far as American culture, we are a melting pot. That's the point. That is the water that we're trying to get you to drink. Like, that's how this country was built, on a tapestry of cultures. I can give you quotes from the founding fathers talking about immigrants.
You know
Like,
how
America
MoMA
was built on, it's a unique culture. There's no place in the world, in another country, that's exactly like America. America's a unique place.
Exactly. 100. You just walked right into the point. Why is that?
Because we have unique values and culture.
Because
Why do we have unique values and culture?
right. Why is it so unique? Why are we so different than everybody else?
I think we were founded with certain ideals in mind, and the people that immigrated here during that period were
the people that have immigrated, the people that have immigrated to our
The people
country
that
in the
immigrated
last
had those values,
hey bud,
like liberty and freedom.
Hey bud, all of the people that come to America contribute to it in exactly the same way. There are bad people that come to America that do bad things, sure. There are some of them in very, 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 very small numbers, like infinitesimally small compared to American citizens who do those things in much larger numbers, even on a per capita basis when you adjust for population, okay? So that's just not really a thing. When we talk about immigrants coming to America, they just add things. Have you ever heard the expression like that's as American as apple pie? Like, you ever heard that expression?
Yes.
Cool. Apple pie is German. It's not American. Like, it's literally German. Like, dude, there are so few things that you're going to be able to sit there and be like American culture, like all of our shit is from somewhere else. Football is a combination of rugby and soccer because the immigrants who came here and sent their kids to Princeton and Yale, because that's where American football started in the 1870s, those kids who played rugby and soccer, and they came up with a new game because they were immigrants from somewhere else. And because we had the immigrants, that's why we have American football. Like, bro.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let's say you took every single person out of America and put them in China, and then you took every single person out of China and put them in America. Do you think that would affect American culture, or do you think that American culture would stay the same?
What are you talking about?
At that point, the question becomes, what is American?
Yeah, it's like the ship of Theseus.
The country, like the...
Bro, do you know...
Okay,
do you know the ship of Theseus?
Yes, I know the ship of Theseus.
You literally just said, like, so then... What? Come on, man. Come
your
on,
answer
dude.
Be that,
you're hypothetical, dude.
American
You're literally trying to ship of Theseus America and China. Like, we're gonna replace 300. We're gonna replace 330. We're gonna replace 330 million people. That is insane. Your hypothetical is utterly absurd, dude. You live in reality with us.
Let's say we replace 150 million people.
How would we ever replace? How would we ever replace?
It's a thought experiment.
It's a dumb thought. It's dumb and it's stupid and it doesn't make any. Yes, it's dumb and it's stupid and it makes no sense.
That's not how you answer.
Yes, it is. I'm not entertaining any more absolute idiocracy from you, dude. This is so. Stop it. Just stop it. What if we replaced 150 million people? Shut up. Just stop.
The answer is
no. I've heard the thought experiment before. This was years ago. This thought experiment. And the thought experiment, it wasn't China and America. It was Ireland and I think it was some Middle Eastern country. So hold on one sec. Okay. So this was done by a guy named Computing Forever on YouTube. He ended up becoming part of the alt-right Chucklefuck Brigade. He was like an atheist skeptic type. He was part of the little parade of people that radicalized me into the alt-right back in 2015-ish. But I heard this thought experiment. And it is ultimately like a ship of Theseus situation. It's framed in a way to get you to say, oh, hold on.
It's not a ship of Theseus.
It's basically the same type of thought experiment.
The ship of Theseus, you're replacing the...
Hold on. What Nemo is saying is that the question is framed in a way to get you to answer specifically. It's not a genuine type of question. That's why we don't want to entertain it. It's not good faith.
What's logically incoherent? What's wrong with the question?
So it assumes that what is American, or like what America is the border, the borders of the country.
No, it doesn't. It assumes it's the
Yes,
people.
It absolutely does, because if you take American people, all of America, you put it inside the borders of China. You take all of China, put it inside the borders of America. Which is which?
America would be China, pretty much. They'd switch.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Why?
Culturally. Because the culture comes from the people, not the land. Putting a Chinese person in America on the land doesn't make them an American. Culture comes from people, not land. That's the point of the argument. That's the point that it's trying to portray. That if you
And
let 100 million Chinese people into the country, they're not going to just suddenly be American because they're in America. They have to assimilate culturally. That's the point
okay,
that it's trying to make.
okay, so assimilate culturally into a country who's unique,
Who's culturally different from China? Yes.
but the unique thing about America is that America doesn't really have a culture.
It does have a culture. Okay, so if it doesn't have a culture, then you think that putting 100 million Chinese people in America would have zero effect on the culture because there is no culture.
We're multicultural. We're a melting pot, dude. Like
Okay, we're a melting pot. So
I've used a question similar to what you just asked on Red Hats. I've said if you pressed a button and all illegal immigrants in this country magically disappeared, how does your life change?
how does my life change?
Yes.
Probably not that significantly. It's preventative.
It's preventative, dude. Like at that point, you're entertaining hypotheticals.
It's not. It's happened in other countries. It's happened all over Europe,
Again,
where mass
this is-
immigration causes cultural shifts, and it
if
displaces
mass
the culture.
immigration cause cultural shifts and you are concerned about mass immigration across the southern border, again, from Latin America, this is what we established. Because there is not mass immigration from somewhere other than Latin America. Because it's physically impossible, right? So
Okay, sure.
okay, so
Let's
if
do
you're
Latin
concerned
America, then.
about that, we've already established that the culture in Latin America meshes totally fine with American culture. One, because we're a melting pot. Two, because there has been mass immigration from Latin America for
The language.
generations.
The language
now.
is an obvious one. English.
English?
They don't speak English a lot of the time.
English.
You ask me a
What is
cultural
the
difference
root
between the
word
U.S.
of what is the root of the word English?
I don't know. Engle?
Who invented English?
Who? I don't think it was a person. I think it was, it
Yeah,
came
I
about
know.
from
Who
multiple
can
people.
also be in reference to a group of people.
England,
Are you seriously
probably.
about to play dumb?
England?
Very good. Is
I
England
mean,
America?
It's a Germanic language that... No, England's not America.
Okay, so tell me more about your issue with them not speaking English, this is also assuming that Latin Americans don't all speak English, which, I mean, English is the most widely spoken language in the world.
Yeah, obviously it is. English
So-
is not the main language of Latin America. The main language is Spanish.
Obviously, right? What's the
Yes.
second language?
English.
Okay,
But not everyone speaks it in Latin America.
okay.
In fact, a large portion of people don't speak it.
So, again, is that
I want America to be a country where everyone
what
speaks
else
English.
do you have? What else do you have aside from a language?
Like, that's a small thing. Like, a language is nothing. What else other than a language?
What?
That's
It's
not like a
literally it's
huge
not
core of
even it's
culture.
literally not even our language. It's not even ours.
What's our language then?
We don't have one. We stole it from somebody
No.
else. We don't have one. We stole it
Okay,
from
we
somebody
didn't
else.
steal it.
There is
We
no
didn't
such
steal it.
we literally
We
did.
speak
There's
it.
no Bud, there's no such thing as the American language. Period.
Okay.
The French have a language, the
It's
Italians have a
English.
language.
English is the American language.
No,
English is
it's
our
not.
language.
The English language is for the English. For the folks in the United Kingdom, that's their language. We literally are borrowing their language. Do you understand that?
That's so stupid.
It's literally not,
We're
and it's so
borrowing
funny.
it, like, we have to give it
Awesome.
back.
What language do they speak in Brazil?
They speak Portuguese.
Fantastic. Did the Brazilians invent Portuguese?
No.
Fantastic. So, whose language is it?
Portuguese. It's not. But
It's the
not a person
Portuguese.
owns
There
it.
you go. Good job. Now, it doesn't
Oh,
mean
they
that
own it?
Brazilians.
You can't own a language.
It doesn't mean no one's. Jesus Christ, dude. That's not what we're saying.
You can't own
You
a
literally
language.
are.
That's so
Goddamn, dude. It is so amazing how the point is slapping you in the fucking face and you can't understand it. The dick is
But
slapping you.
my point
the
isn't
dick is slapping you in the face and you cannot understand this. Holy fucking shit, dude.
Keep muting me.
I know, because I want you to stop talking and understand something right now. I get it. We all get it. All 1,300 people here understand that you want America to be white. You want America to be white, and you want it to be homogeneous. Shut the fuck up. I'm not done talking. You want America to be white. You want America to be homogenous. You don't want other people here that would interrupt whatever the fuck it is that you think America should be. Unfortunately for you and your little pea brain that has no ridges on it whatsoever, that's not how America works. For the last 250-ish years, we have been a country where a bunch of people from a bunch of different places have come here to make it what it is. And a lot of them came here not of their own volition, and they still helped make this country what it is. So when you sit there and you go, American culture, you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. There is no such thing as American culture. There is just the immigrants who came here and let us borrow all of the shit that they brought here, and all of that gets dumped into the great big melting pot. If you want to call that thing American culture, that's fine, but you have to accept and recognize the fact that it only exists because of immigrants. Period. The end. So when you say that you don't want to allow that anymore, you don't want to allow those people to come here, or the people that are against your values, you wouldn't exist here, because I guarantee you that your stupid Irish relatives that probably came here, or whatever the fuck kind of white you are, when the potato famine happened, nobody wanted them here. You don't even know there's signs that said no Irish need apply because they didn't like them. They were dirty. They were dumb. They spoke with an accent. Nobody fucking wanted them. Then there were the Italians. Dirty, swarthy. They have hair everywhere. Oh, they're dark. Ugh. And their food, and they smell like garlic. Ugh. Who would ever want those people here? Spit on them, look down on them. And then forget the Eastern Europeans and the Polish and all of them. Oh my God. Fucking forget it. And don't even get me started on the Asian people who came here to our country. Oh my God. The way that we looked down on them and the way that we treated them, the Chinese people in the West, and the way that we worked them to their bone to build the railroads out there. Holy fucking shit, dude. You literally have no fucking understanding of what it took to build this country, and now your little 20-year-old fucking twerpy brain goes, we want to keep American culture. What the fuck does that even fucking mean? You literally have not been able to explain it a single fucking time.
I've given you tons of examples.
You have given us none.
Saying American.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. I mean,
so
that was just.
Well, so
is this election?
This is a very brief.
Is this
part
election?
Of, hold on, Moma. This is a very brief part of an excellent movie, Gangs of New York. This summarizes how Americans felt about Irish during the.
I get it.
We are met at this chosen ground to settle
I
for
get to
good and
respond.
all.
Who holds sway over the 5 points? Us natives,
Bored.
born rightwise to this fine land,
Yeah.
or the foreign hordes defiling it?
To be clear, this isn't just like a movie that's, fictitious. That it's based on nativist gangs that existed in New York at the time.
Yeah.
Nativism has existed within America since the founding of America.
Yeah.
Nativists are xenophobes. That's what they are.
He dropped. He knew that we clocked him. He did not want to explain. He doesn't want to. He doesn't care. He doesn't fucking care. So, which is fine. I have a couple things to read out. That went on for quite a while. Thank you, Tammy. This was a little while ago. Apologize that this took a while to read. Thank you, Tammy. It says the country was founded as a melting pot of many different cultures. Momo just needs to admit he wants a white America. Tammy, 100%. Thank you very much for the 10 on the Blue app. Thank you. Laura says the 2 on the Blue app. Mandela effect ? Are you part of the timeline where Eli Whitney, inventor of the cotton gin, is black or white? Exactly. Of course, Eli Whitney, one of the most important inventions in all of American history. Abso-fucking-lutely. And that was why I mentioned that we had a lot of people who have been the biggest contributors to American society who were brought here against their will. And we have to recognize that. Thank you very much to our friend Soul of a Beer Can over on the Tube for the $2 super chat. JD's favorite song is Fade Into You by Mazzy Star. Thank you. That was from earlier. Apologies, we didn't get to that. And then Melvin, on this one, it says, I'll say it for him, superiority of Caucasians. I think you might have nailed him right there. Also, thank you, Random Citizen, for the jewels. I appreciate that. I think there were a couple of others. I apologize if I missed them during that chat. Thank you guys for those. So thank you. Thank you guys. Sorry for making you wait there. That went on for a little while. Like, what the fuck? Ugh. I don't know.
I was telling Nell the other day that I think the one thing that I hate most about MAGA and about the Trump administration and about just like the whole thing is that it has made me quote Reagan and develop a level of respect for Reagan that I did not have prior. It's not because Reagan deserves it. It's because they are just so much worse.
Yeah, 100%. User, you're not loading up. If you're a Trump supporter, you're welcome to re-request. You're welcome to re-request. Please feel free. Yeah, no, dude, I'm with you. It's like I know. Sometimes we play those clips and I'm like, God damn it. I don't want to agree with fucking Reagan, but here we are occasionally, sometimes agreeing with Reagan. But, is what it is. Guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. I bet we can have time for one more if we can get one more. Can we get one more Trump supporter? That would be great. If we can get one more. Let's see. I don't think either of these are Trump. Yeah, these are Trump supporters. No. Yeah, no, and yeah, Brett, I know you're not a Trump supporter. No offense, friend. We're gonna, Ricky, you're not a Trump supporter, right? Yeah, I think that was a tapping error. Guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box, please. Hop in the box. We could probably have time for one more. That did go on for a while. Nativism is just so frustrating because you know that kid, he doesn't even know it. He has no idea. Like, his family came from wherever, and they had to deal with whatever, and he's just completely fucking ignoring it. Thank you. Oh, thank you to Alana. Thank you on the Blue app, says thank you for all you do. Thank you, Alana. Appreciate you. And thank you to Aaron on the Blue app, says Matt, thank you for all your facts and information. Calling out these idiots. Your crash outs make me laugh. I'm so glad that my crash outs make you laugh. I had to take some Advil earlier. So, this live sponsored by
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Ilana, I apologize very much. Ilana, thank you very much, Ilana. My apologies, friend. Did give you the long I, Ilana. I'll try to remember that for next time. Apologies. Also, I want to point something out. Someone in the chat, when I said that sushi was Japanese culture, somebody was like, "Oh, is it Japanese or Chinese?" No, it is Japanese and has been since the 1700s. You are thinking about the fact that the Chinese had a different type of system to eat raw fish that involved fermentation. And yes, that did end up in Japan. And they did do it in Japan. But in the 1700s, the current method of eating the way that we eat sushi now was developed in Japan. And it is very different than that original way that you would call sushi. It's really a very different thing that goes all the way back to the 4th century. I learned about this in Japan. And so, no, what we have as sushi today is very much a Japanese thing. It's very much their thing. Yes, thank you, Make Democracy. It's actually referring to specifically to the rice and the preparation. It's not just like, oh, it's just some raw fish. And it's very different. So, just saying. Just throwing that out there. So, yes, Brandon, I just explained to you that China did a different thing with it. They did fermented raw fish. Just eating raw fish is not what we're talking about. Japan does their own very specific thing that they started in the 1700s. It's different. It's a different thing, a different style. There's the rice. It's different. Don't know how else to explain that to you, but you should go. Yeah, no, it's not, Brandon. You're wrong. Sorry. Go read a book. It's like, anyways. If you're not picky like me, gas station sushi is pretty. Get the fuck out of here, Red. Do not recommend that to anybody. No, please do not go eat gas station sushi, guys. Please, no, please.
I feel like that's a fast track to dysentery. Like, what?
Yeah. It's quick and easy way to. You have died of dysentery. Okay.
Yeah, it's like modern day Oregon Trail.
You know, fun fact, there is an emulator online where you can play it, and it looks like the original Apple IIe, which, because I'm old, that was what I played it on when I was in elementary school. It's fun. It's fun. It's like green screen, with the the green tech. Yeah, I know. I was like, wow, this is great. Oh boy. Let's see. Oh, Dan played it on live? I bet that was fun. Maybe we'll have to play it together sometime, and we could do like really exactly your lives. Maybe we'll play it together sometime. You know what? That'd be a lot of fun. And then when we have to make a decision, we could do a poll. We could do a vote, and you guys could decide, like, are we going to ford the river? Are we going to plug the wagon? Like, what are we going to do? We should do that shit. That'd be fun. Let's see here.
Kate, you asked how did the call end. The guy is just a nativist. He's a xenophobe.
Yeah.
Like, normally you can clock that. So there are certain things that are certain phrases that are used by people who are essentially into the alt-right Groyper type shit. Western civilization tends to be one of them. Fixation with Europe.
Yeah. So somebody asked if I would mention this. And this is a very interesting story. For those of you who have never heard of this or have not ever looked it up, and by the way, thank you to Zachy the Wolf Dragon. He said, could you do a small talk about Couchville for Black History Month? And so Couchville in Tennessee was a black community that was founded sometime, I want to say it was like the mid 1800s that it was founded. And what happened was, it was basically a town that they had decided that they were going to move if I recall correctly, they were going to move a dam, and they were going to create a lake. They're going to just create a new lake. And I forget the name of the lake. Yes, Couchville, JD's favorite holiday. Yes. But they were gonna create a new lake, and this happened sometime, I believe, in the late 50s, early 60s, if I recall. And so what happened was, they were basically just like, yeah, fuck you guys. You're gonna have to leave your homes and eminent domain, and get the fuck out of here. That's Couchville. And you can still go and you can find pictures of it. You can actually go to the Couchville. There's like a national state park there, and you can actually go and you can learn about the community that is there, that they just fucking wiped out because they wanted to create a new lake there. In the same way that they did with like Seneca Village, Percy Priest Lake. Thank you. That's the name of the. Sorry, I didn't know the name of the lake. The same thing that they did with Seneca Village in Central Park, where they were just like, "Hey, you guys, we're doing something here. Like, peace out. Fuck off. We don't care about you." So that's it's pretty fucked up. But I encourage all of you to read about Couchville. Sounds exactly spelled exactly how it sounds.
For a second, I thought you were talking about Oscarville. So it's essentially like the same thing. So Oscarville was this town that existed in Georgia, and eventually it was also in the 50s. It was flooded and turned into Lake Lanier, and there was a shit ton of racial tension in Oscarville leading up to that, and so that's why most people in Georgia, if you bring up Lake Lanier, the very first thing they say is it's haunted. Now, I've been to Lake Lanier. I didn't know anything about that at the time. I didn't know anything about what was at the bottom of Lake Lanier. But yeah, it's one of those stories from American history.
That's weird, man. Like I don't know. That shit would freak me out, man. Like I don't want to go hang out on a lake where I know that there's like a bunch of that shit is just like down there. Like what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
No thanks.
No, thank you.
No.
Yeah, I've talked to Nell about Georgia, like different parts of Georgia and stuff, and she asked me about different places, and she's from Arizona, so like this is completely foreign to her. Like Georgia is a completely different world from Arizona, so like things that I think are normal, she's like, oh, that's so cool, like hills and trees, and it snowed last week, and that was crazy, stuff like that. But one thing that we were talking about was like all the old like colonial stuff that still exists in parts of the South, and it's relics from the antebellum the antebellum period. So you get like plantation houses and stuff like that. And I'd mentioned that Savannah is kind of like the only city in Georgia, like only major city in Georgia that is still kind of old, that has like that old stuff in it. Because I mean, pretty much everything else was burned. It was burned to the ground during Sherman's march. But I was telling her about plantation, like a plantation house, and I showed her a few because there's some near there. And she's like, "Oh yeah, well, we should stay the night there in one of them." And I said, I don't know. I think I might need. I would need to research the place before, because I'm not about to stay the night in a plantation style house without knowing, because if it's like an original one, I feel like that at that point nope, nope, no, nope.
That was one of the reasons I really liked Charleston. And when I went there, and I went there with my girlfriend, and so one of her brothers lives there with his girlfriend, and then we came down with her other brother and his girlfriend, who live here in the Boston area with us. So it was the six of us for the weekend. We had a great time. But her brother's girlfriend, the ones who live there, she works for one of the historical societies, which I fucking love. And so we actually got a tour of one of the old houses, one of the kind of like an older estate there, which is really, really cool. But I'm going to tell you, dude, like the quarters out back, like forget sleeping there or staying anywhere associated with that shit. Like just fucking walking through there. I was just like, it just fucking like, oh, it just gives you knots in yourself, like, and just, man, it's just so, and the audio tour, you're doing the audio tour and you're listening to shit, and they are brutally honest. I mean, like, they are brutally honest about everything. They don't leave shit out. They don't fucking beat around the bush. And I'm just like, fuck. It's so rough. It's just so rough. And I don't know, man. I could barely handle that. It was just, it's very disturbing. But also, I did really love Charleston, like the historical details and all that. I thought it was really cool. But that shit, man, it really got to me after a little while. Like spending a couple hours there, I was like, God damn.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I've gone to plantation houses at some point in my life, like as part of school or whatever. And there's a couple that, like, there are places in Georgia that are kind of sort of like Savannah where they have been preserved. There's this place called Ebenezer in Georgia that it is more, it was like predominantly a German area. And so it's kind of like its own vibe, but it is very much like antebellum type stuff. So, I've been to those places before, and no. I mean, like, to go to learn, like to go and learn the history and whatnot. Yes, absolutely. To stay the night there, hell to the fuck no. Knowing what I know, absolutely not. Like, nah.
No. Yeah. Hello, Joel.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay. You want to remind everybody how old you are and what state you voted in?
I'm 30. I voted in Florida.
Do you want to discuss something with us about what's going on right now in the world?
Yeah. Your third point is patentedly false. And your first point, it depends on your perspective. And your second point, nobody said it was.
Okay, did you want to pick one thing to start with, or?
Yeah, we can start with the third point you have there.
Okay.
ICE is a government agency.
So a government agency or a government group can't be a terrorist group?
Not if it's the same. It's not if it's of the same government that it is supposedly supposed to be terrorizing against. That doesn't work.
So what's the definition of terrorism, Joel?
Well, I mean, the broad definition is violence to a political end.
That's the broad definition, which is wrong. That's the incorrect definition that you just gave. So the actual definition of terrorism is defined in the Oxford Dictionary, and the one that's actually recognized would be the unlawful use of violence or intimidation, especially against civilians, for political aims. See, terrorism is mainly against civilians. So when you say something like you can't use a government agency against the government for terrorism,
but
that doesn't really.
They're not military.
I'm so sorry, I was in the middle of a sentence. So when you say something like the government. You can't use a government agency against the government for terrorism. That doesn't really work because terrorism is mainly against civilians. So we're talking about terrorism against civilians.
So you think that all violence against civilians is terrorism?
That's certainly not what I said in any way, manner, shape, or form. I just gave you the definition of terrorism, and if you want to fit, if you want to fit, cool. So let's start with: has ICE done unlawful things? Yes or no?
According to who?
Oh, I don't know. Federal judges, let's just say.
Like as a group or as an individual within ICE?
Both.
As a group, no. As an individual within ICE, I'm sure. I mean, no one's perfect.
You're wrong on the first part. In fact, just this past week in Minnesota, they were found to have done 94 illegal things by violating court orders. So
like
you're already.
And what court orders? And were they federal judges?
You're already. I'm sorry?
Were they federal judges?
One federal judge.
And what was the court order?
Hold on. If you give me a second, I'll explain. Thank you. One federal judge in Minnesota last week found that ICE had violated 94 different court orders. This is just one judge, one time in Minnesota. This is not the totality of what ICE has done. I can go through each of the court orders for you, but there's 94 of them. But some of them are related to some. I'm sorry?
Just go through 4.
Some of them are related to not releasing people when they were given a court order to release them. That is illegal. That's against the Constitution. Some of them are related to not allowing an attorney to visit them, even though they were supposed to have that right. That would be against the Constitution. And others of them were for I forget what all of them. We can certainly pull it up, but most of them were for not following the court's orders when directed to do things with detainees. Like people that weren't supposed to be detained were detained. The court said, "Hey, you can't detain these people anymore. Release them." That's against the law. And ICE just like not releasing them and different things like that. Aside from the fact that we have court cases where they've committed violence, where individuals have committed violence, et cetera, et cetera. So
yeah,
it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty straightforward that they've done.
Yeah, they commit 2% of the violence.
It's pretty straightforward that they've done
ICE-involved violence.
Again, it's pretty straightforward that they've done unlawful things.
Agitators commit 98% of the violence.
It's pretty straightforward that they've done unlawful things. So that's number one. Number two is those unlawful things have included violence and intimidation. They have been against civilians, and it's for a very specific political aim. They literally fit the direct definition of what terrorism is. It's not a stretch. It's not a reach. It's literally just applying the definition of a word to what they're doing.
It is a reach.
Nope. It's just a definition and applying it straight up. Unlawful.
Well, first of all, you don't believe in definitions and applying them straight up, or you would know the difference between a man and a woman.
Oh wow, Joe, you're losing so quickly that you had to pivot to that. My God, hey guys, Joel is losing so quickly he had to pivot to the woman. That's amazing. I like, dude, Nemo, how fast was that? God damn, dude. That you've only been up here for like 5 minutes? Jesus Christ.
It literally says,
God damn, dude. You don't believe in definitions, so what's my God, man. So do you want to have like Joel, do you want to have a real discussion now? My God,
so now you're using a red herring.
I can't wait to clip that one. That's going to be good.
Did you know that
red herring logical? Dude, you
separate from the argument.
You are the one that gave the red herring.
You're the one who did the red herring.
So let's try that again. It's gaslighting. That's what you're describing because you're the one who gave the red herring.
That's not what gaslighting.
You are the one that gave the red herring, and now you're accusing us of doing a red herring.
Now you guys completely derailed the argument.
Okay, whatever,
because
bud.
You got
derailed the
because
argument.
I made a comment about you not knowing the difference between men.
Yes, you threw a red herring.
Yeah. Okay,
right?
Who called me stupid? How is that not a red herring?
That's an ad hominem.
It's also a red herring, though.
How?
Because you're trying to divert the attention of the argument to a personal attack.
No.
Many logical fallacies can fit multiple categories within logic.
Yeah, I'm going to go with no on that one.
Stop trying to pivot away from the fact that I just completely
intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of
political aims. Exactly, and I just explained to you exactly how ICE. I just explained to you how ICE. I just explained to you how ICE fits exactly one of those. I know, dude. I know you had to pivot away and try to go.
I'm literally staying on topic.
Oh, now you're going to stay on topic.
I'm literally
okay,
staying
cool.
on topic.
All right, cool. Got it.
So the pursuit of the political aim, them upholding the law as law enforcement officers is within their duties. Your agitators that are out in the streets supposedly watching them.
Why are you
not
pivoting?
within their
Well, hold on.
duties.
We're still talking about ICE. I don't know why you're pivoting away from ICE. So we're talking about ICE. We're not talking
I'm
about
saying it's
everything else.
within it's
I don't know.
within
Time out, bud.
the
Hey, I don't
discharge
know
of
why
their
you're.
duty.
I don't know why you're pivoting away from ICE. We're just talking about ICE. So you keep trying to go. What about? What about? We're not. We're talking about what
didn't
ICE is
say
doing.
what about at all.
Joel, you literally just said the agitators. You're going to the agitator. That's a what
I
aboutism.
said they are
Hey, bud.
enforcing their
Right
duties.
now, what we're
Their
doing
duties have
is, and
changed
you just
slightly
kept.
because of
Hold
the
on. Time
onslaught
out.
of the
Time out.
agitators.
No, it hasn't. ICE
Yes, it
still.
has.
Hold on, bud. ICE still isn't supposed to deal with quote unquote agitators, and what you mean is protesters, and what you mean is
No,
that
they're not
ICE
protesters,
agent.
they're agitators.
I'm so sorry that this is
Definitions
happening.
are
Hey, bud.
important.
Hey, Joel.
I'm so sorry this
hey,
is
Joel.
happening
I
to
know
you as well.
But
There's
I'm going to stop you.
protesters protest
Okay.
peacefully and follow the law.
Fantastic.
Agitators
Okay,
violate
fantastic.
the law.
Anyways, Joel. So what?
and obstruct
Anyways,
justice.
so now that
And if they were
once
just
again,
agitate- if they
Joel,
were just-
stop pivoting away. We're talking
were
about
just
ICE.
peacefully
I know
protesting, they
that
wouldn't be
you
getting
think that if
arrested.
you just keep talking, it'll work. But anyways,
I know
stop.
you don't understand how.
We're not talking about
How the fuck
protesters.
are you gonna
We're
moderate a
talking
debate
about
right now?
ICE. So
That's
let's
not an
stay on
appropriate debate.
topic. What we're doing is we're talking about
What
ICE
you're
right
doing is
now.
inappropriate.
And so, oh, I'm so sorry. Did I hurt your feelings? We're not pivoting
You're not
away
hurting
from
my feelings.
ICE.
You just don't
it
know how to
seems
debate. 'Cause
like
you can't moderate a debate you're involved in.
you keep talking about protesters. We're not
Talking?
talking about protesters. We're
you know
talking
how to
about
speak-
ICE. So
you know how
if
to
you would
speak
if you
English?
would please stop
As an
interrupting
American, you
me.
know how
If
to
you would
speak
please stop
English?
interrupting me. If you
Please
please
speak
stop
English.
interrupting
I would
me.
appreciate
If
it.
you'd please stop interrupting me, I would appreciate it. Thank you. It's
You've
only
interrupted me
it's my
no
own I
fewer
know
than
it's my
18 times.
own fucking live. I'll do whatever the
That
fuck
doesn't give
I'll
you the
do
right
whatever
to-
the fuck I want. Yes, it does.
Doesn't give you the right to
Joel,
interrupt.
I'll do whatever the fuck I want. Thank you.
Then you're not
Anyways,
debating.
what's that?
You're just being a dictator.
What's that?
You must love fascism.
What's that?
You
Well,
must
isn't
love
that a red
fascism.
herring?
You're shouting down your political opponent.
Joel,
That's not what fascism
that's
is.
not
Oh
what.
my
Absolutely
god.
My
it is.
God, you don't even understand the dude. You're too.
You guys
stupid.
wouldn't know
Oh, my
fascism
God.
if it hit you in the face.
I
Now
mean,
it's a red herring.
Now, see,
it's a
there you
red
go.
herring.
See, now if you said that
That's
was a
not a
red
red
herring,
herring.
that would be
Not
the
a red
actual
herring.
definition.
You made a comment, and then you decided.
You
to
know what?
commit
I don't
to
think
it.
ICE is doing
You
enough.
decided to commit to
I think
it.
if they,
That's
I
a
think
red
if
herring.
ICE, I think if
Nemo-
ICE doubled down
Nemo,
on all of
how
their,
many times is he going to pivot away from just trying
they
to have a
doubled-
discussion about ICE? He has to
if
talk
they
about
doubled down on
everything else
policy
except for the
positions,
actual fucking issue at hand.
literally talking
Joel, we're
about ICE.
trying. No, you
You're
just keep
complaining
trying
about
to
my
talk
demeanor.
about everything else, and you keep
You're
complaining.
complaining about,
and you keep complaining about our
complaining
demeanor,
about my
and
bedside-
you won't let me talk on my
You're
own
complaining
live.
about
If
my
you would
bed-
stop talking.
trying to talk about ICE.
Can you stop talking?
You're
I
complaining
thought
about
you were
my
a
debate
30-year-old man. Could you stop
complaining
talking
about
for
my
a
debate
minute?
style.
Yes, I know. Stop talking.
You're complaining about my debate.
All right, I'm
style.
just gonna kick you if you can't let someone
I
else
do
talk.
not care.
Okay, cool. Bye. Anyways, that was
You
Joel.
lose. You
What?
lose.
No, I don't. I'm just tired
Yes,
of
you did.
talking
You
to you
lost.
because you fucking
You rage
suck
quit.
at this.
That's
Is it complaining about a debate style if your debate style is fallacious?
Yeah, now I remember why I blocked him in the first place. He's just, I can't deal with that. I don't want to. I have a fucking headache already, and I can't. Yeah, he
Also,
just wants to be kicked. I don't care.
I mean, kind of weird to determine who wins and loses a thing that you are involved in. That sounds kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a word for that.
Yeah, I don't care. I just have zero patience. I don't have any patience for that. He's just, I know, right? He has 3 million followers, right? That is 3 million idiotic people. Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. He'll be back in 2 minutes on one of his backup accounts because that's what he does, I'm sure. So, yeah. Anyways,
That was.
yeah, I know. Honestly, dude, when I saw him in the queue, I was like, yeah. I was like, it'll be entertaining for a couple of minutes. But really though, 5 minutes in, well, you don't know what a definition because you guys don't know the definition of a man and a woman. But blah, blah, blah. I was like,
Yeah, it's a lot of. It's really funny. The projection Well, no, I'm not doing red herrings. You're doing red herrings.
Trinity. No, don't know what you're talking about. All right, guys. You know what? It's close to 2. I actually really do. I have a headache. I gotta be done. And Joel just made it 10 times worse because my God. If you haven't already, please make sure that you're following both myself and Nemo over on the tube. You can find Nemo's at in the description of the video down there. If you're already over on the tube, you can find a link in his bio. You can find links to support us in our bios, or if you're over on the tube, down in the description right there. So you can do that, and that would be great. If you're over here on the TikTok side, please make sure that you're following both of my accounts, my main up here, my backup over here, and you're following Nemo, and then Nemo's got a bunch of backup accounts. You should also be on with our Discords. Nemo's Discord, there's a link in both his bio and mine. You should be on Ari's Discord as well, where I've got a section as well. That link is in my bio. We're here Monday to Thursday, usually starting around 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Friday afternoons, that's with our friend Erica. That's basically the main times that you'll see us. This Wednesday, I will not be on. I will be out. So please, everybody, remember that when you're upset that I'm not on at 10 o'clock. Please don't message me and be mad. Remember, I'm telling you now. Everyone's getting plenty of advance notice. I'm telling you now. So, with all that being said, Neo, do you have any last anything important? Anything need to do? What should we do?
No, nothing for me.
Our friend Hector is live. I think that we should all go see Hector, and guess who's live with Hector? Our friend Eric Ashante. We should head on over, I think, to Hector. I'll put his in the down here in the chat. It's Hector Talks, but with 2 R's. Tell him that we sent you. Tell him that Nemo and I sent you. We are so glad that you guys hung with us tonight. Lots of people in here. Yeah, good times. Who needs sleep, Trinity? I need some sleep. Nemo may or may not need some sleep. Who knows? But if you follow Nemo and his many backup accounts and you're on the Discord, you'll know when he goes live, and you can follow him into weird places in the middle of the night, like I do sometimes. And